It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors on KCCR are sponsored by Agtegra, First Fidelity Bank, Red Rosa, Wheelhouse Auto Body, SD Savin, Wagner Auto, and State Farm Becky Potsaba Agency.
Now Zabel will have to throw. He'll throw the back of the end zone looking for Kaiser. Up in the air. The catch is made to the 45. He stays on his feet. Kaiser, 35-30. How about a 99-yard pass? Touchdown, Governors!
And by Pizza Ranch, Rising Hope Counseling, Sanford Clinic, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Home Care Services, and Country Carpet and Flooring.
To be taken here by the Governors. Michaela Sherwood put us an end to the Knights, and the Governors win it 15-6 in set number 5.
By Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area, Slumberland Furniture, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Dakota Storm and Roofing, and South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection.
Tyden Winkler got a free rush to the quarterback. This is picked off to the end zone. Carson Stosier, a pick 6, and the Governors lead at 40-0. Right back at you.
Pierre Governors on KCCR is also sponsored in part by Beck Motors, First United Methodist Church, Zander Auto Parts, Birding Electric, May Adam, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, and Shane's Pharmacy.
Throwers to receive it. Christofferson to set for Kropp. Off the hands. That's going to be a kill. That's a reverse sweep win for the Governors. 15-12 in set 5. Abby Kropp finishes off a 17-kill Knights. 15-12 in set 5. The Governors complete the comeback.
And by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Faith Lutheran Church, Access Health Fort Pierre, and CHS River Plains.
Final play of the ball game. 7 seconds to go. Kamshoff looking to backpedal. He is going to be sacked. The mountain has been climbed. The standard sets. 7th heaven. The Governors. 7 straight state championships.
And by Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Motors, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Missouri River Dentistry, Comtech, and Bank West. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, the home of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, as well as also the Brookings Bobcats. John Winkler alongside Mendo Miller here, as Blake Dean will join us later on, as we'll have a rotational three-man broadcast for our night tonight. But the Governors taking on the 3-0 Brookings Bobcats. First time since 2022 that the Governors have come out here to Brookings. And the Govs will be looking for a chance to get to 3-1, knock Brookings down to 3-1, get back on the win column. And Mendel, this is a important game, AA, ESD, all of that stuff. But it's going to be important at the start of this ball game because the Pierre Governor offense wants to get going, wants to not necessarily make up for last week, but to get things rolling and feel confident. This Brookings defense, they haven't given up an offensive touchdown all season. 2 shutouts, and the only touchdown allowed against Brookings was a pick 6 last week against Aberdeen Central, which they ended up winning 8-7. So this defense is feeling really confident coming up here against the Governors tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You want to bounce back and you want to play to your standard, I guess, and I'm sure that's been the message all week. And but Brookings is going to be a challenge, and I'm sure that they've worked hard this week looking for some weaknesses that they can attack, and I expect that to be evident.
Well, and then the old adage, especially when you go to maybe like baseball or whatever it might be, you feel good about your last outing. Well, the last outing for the Brookings offense was a touchdown and a 2-point conversion because they scored with 25 seconds left. So while they didn't score at all the entire game, they scored in their last possession. So this offense got a lot of confidence right now coming in too. Again, only scored 1 touchdown, but you scored at the very end. It's got to feel pretty good, and then trying to take advantage of the Governor defense who gave up some big plays last week. But they want to feel good going into the start of this game just as much as the Governors need to feel good going into this game.
Yeah, exactly. And, you get a win in the last 30 seconds and get a key 2-point conversion for the win, you're going to be feeling good all week, right? I mean, that doesn't get much better than that, to pull out a win at the very end like that. So I'm sure they're feeling good, and I'm sure that they look at the results from last week and say, hey, this is the time we can maybe get Pierre, and so I'm sure they're excited to give that a shot.
One of the turf fields that the Governors will play on this year, and there's not a whole lot of turf fields. We played at Aberdeen. We'll play here tonight, and we'll also play at Douglas, who now has a turf field as well. But those are the 3 regular season games played on turf, and the Governors get to play in the home of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, 2-time FCS national champions. And, this is a fun atmosphere to play in, whether the crowd is going to be, you can feel the crowd or not, because as well as Pierre is going to travel across the way from us, is not going to look like it's going to be a lot of people. Regardless if there's 200 people there or not, it's not going to look like a lot with how big the stadium is. Now, the other side of it, and Coach Steele talked about, get a chance to walk in the field and soak in what a great facility South Dakota State has here, just like you do when you go play at USD. And obviously there's a lot more people that will be there because of the state championship game. But there's 2 different ways to look at it, because one, you get the opportunity to play on a college campus on a great football field, and the other side of it, you got to create your own energy, because there is no home field advantage for Brookings. You don't really probably hear your side of the crowd very much as you don't want to say that you don't hear the crowd. You're not going to hear them as much, so you create your own energy tonight, and you have to be able to do that to get a win. Yeah,
exactly, and I think that is huge. In Pierre, there's a lot. The fans are close. They're on you. They're surrounding you. They're in the end zones. They're on the visitors' side. The Pierre fans are above the visitors' bench and everything like that. So you're getting sound 360, right? And here, if you get sound, it's just going to be basically behind your bench, and that's about it. So definitely need to create your own energy, but I think Pierre's really good at that too. I think they're really good at understanding what each game means and focusing on that game.
Governors are looking to get healthy again. Ty Michael's still out this week. Maybe we can get him going next week, and the Governors can get him back in the starting lineup, as he'll be a big addition once he gets into the lineup for the Governors. They did take a step forward on that offensive-defensive line last week against a very big and stout Watertown line. Caleb Lounsbury with his 654 yards. He has got 8 touchdowns, those 3 interceptions from last week, looking to bounce back and get maybe get a couple rushing touchdowns, with only 3 so far on the season, one being in mop-up role, as Rounds and Stalley both have, Trevor Rounds and George Stalley, both those rushing touchdowns. Porter Hunsley does have a touchdown, but coming late in that game against the Huron Tigers. So we'll see the ground game can get going, that passing game get back to the step that they want to be at, and the Governors can get back in the win column to maybe get to 3-1 in the season and drop the Brookings Bobcats from their undefeated record to fall to 3-1. Governors and the Brookings Bobcats coming up here from Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium at the campus of South Dakota State here in Brookings. When we return, we will start talking with our coaches. We'll first talk with Brady Clark of the Brookings Bobcats, and then we'll talk with Coach Steve Steele after that. Back in 3 minutes with the head coach of the Brookings Bobcats and Brady Clark. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Brady Clark of the Brookings Bobcats as we get set for kickoff in just a couple of moments. And Coach, coming in at 3-0 on the season, only one score against you, which wasn't even against the defense. It was a pick six. So that first question is going to be, how much fun has this defense been to watch and to coach and to see them be so successful through 3 games, not allowing any defensive touchdowns?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's just, it's really nice when a team understands what you're trying to do as far as schematically goes. And, this group worked extremely hard and works extremely hard to get to the point where they are now. And with that, them being sound in our base things, that allows us to maybe get a little more exotic with some certain things with what we're doing defensively. But at the end of the day, it's just doing your job and getting 11 guys to the football. So, been a lot of fun. But I know tonight will be a really good test for our defense.
Yeah, and the Pierre Governors coming in at 2-1, and again, it won't take anything away from what the other 3 teams that you've played so far, but probably going to be the toughest test to this point. Maybe not so much, maybe the toughest game this year, but to this point, and the excitement of having those 3. Mostly defensive shutouts, but only allowing 7 points all year. How much that excitement brings into and the confidence brings into tonight against the Pierre Governors?
Yeah, definitely brings confidence with our guys, and like I said, each week we've been working on getting better, and that's our goal. We want to improve every single day, and we've been fortunate to stay healthy as well, and with our 3 games that we've had so far, our boys have been able to find ways to, finish games and win games, and that's so important for us, especially this year, just coming off of the season that we had last year and having, a majority of all those kids back. So, we're still learning, and I know tonight's going to be a really good learning opportunity for us as well, but, if we can play well in all 3 phases of the game, I think that gives us a really good shot.
Well, offensively for you guys too, those 2 wins. Then last week, getting that win, that final touchdown in the last couple minutes or the last minute of the game to win 8-7 over Aberdeen Central. Your offense. What do you like about them? What maybe you want to see take that next step going into tonight's game against Pierre too?
I would just like to see us be more balanced offensively. We've been able to do it a little bit here and there, but we can't be one-dimensional, and I know that's what every defense wants to do is make an offense one-dimensional. But I'd like to see us just be more balanced and not just be able to run the ball, but pass when we need to, and be successful doing that. So more balance, and then just controlling the football and making sure that we don't give Pierre opportunities to get it back. Good teams like that, they take advantage of those things. So,
talking with Coach Brady Clark of the Brookings Bobcats with kickoff coming up here in just a couple of moments between Pierre and Brookings. I'm going to talk with Coach Steele here in just a little bit too in the pregame show, and one question I'm going to ask is, against this Brookings defense, how important is it to score early on? Now, after last week, just getting that one touchdown against Aberdeen Central, which obviously still resulted in a win, but how important is it for you guys in Brookings to get a score early on and to get that confidence rolling again for the Bobcat offense?
Yeah, it's extremely important, and if we can, whenever we get the ball in that first drive for offense, if we can march down the field and get a score, that will really build our confidence offensively. And then, special teams and defense, they all feed off one another. So I would love to see that happen. That's something that I know if we can do tonight, that would really, really boost our offensive guys and just our team in general. So,
what have you seen from Pierre on film? Obviously having a couple now games, 3 games each to be able to look at film. What have you seen from them on film, both offensively and defensively?
Overall, just as a program, as a team, they're just, a sound football program. They're coached very well, and they do the little things right, and there's a reason they're 7-time defending champs. So, that's the number one thing I see. And then just, confidence and the expectation to win. You can almost see that in body language. And offensively, I know a lot of what they do runs through Cooper Terwilliger, and I don't blame him for that. He's a very, very good, gifted athlete, but he's not the only piece that they have on offense that we need to keep an eye out for. So defensively, they play aggressive football. They get guys to the football, and we just have to be physical up front. And if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a good shot. So,
injury-wise, I know we're getting to that halfway point of the season. How's everybody doing for you guys? Obviously, knock on wood. How's everybody doing injury-wise?
Pretty good. We've got some bruises here and there, just like any team does. But we're doing pretty well for the most part. So hopefully, both teams by the end of tonight can say the same thing. So.
And then final question, biggest key here for Brookings to pick a win over the Govs tonight?
Execution. We got to execute in all 3 phases of the game.
Coach, hey, I appreciate the time. Good talking to you again. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of this season, and we may be talking again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
That is Brady Clark of the Brookings Bobcats, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Access Health Fort Pierre is here to serve you. Mission driven to provide affordable, high-quality health care. Access Health provides personalized care for the entire family, including chronic and acute care, evaluation of illness and injuries, laboratory services, wellness exams, DOT and sports physicals, and immunizations. Access Health Fort Pierre. Affordable, high-quality service without the wait. Compassionate, committed, and convenient. The clinics of Access Health have been serving Central South Dakota for the past 35 years. Access Health, caring for communities, caring for you.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, and Pierre, where exceptional customer service meets an incredible inventory lineup. Looking for your dream car? Our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. From dependable Fords to luxurious Lincolns and versatile Toyotas, we have something for every taste, need, and budget. Experience the difference with us today. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele here, the Pierre Governors, as they get set to take on the Brookings Bobcats coming up in just a couple of minutes. And Coach, coming up off of a loss after Watertown, the week of practice and how guys reacted from that loss on Friday to now be ready for tonight's game.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of frustration and a lot of just confused feelings. That's something that this group really hasn't had to deal with. So it was the first time they've really had to process those emotions and those feelings. And, ultimately I think they've come out and had a good week of practice and are ready to roll.
Well, this Brookings Bobcats team comes in 3-0 on the season. What have you seen from them on film defensively and offensively that makes them at 3-0?
Yeah, the heart and soul of this team's their defense. They haven't given up an offensive point this year. And they fly around with the football. They're very disciplined in their gaps. They've got a lot of different coverages and movements. So, they've done really, really well. And their offense kind of thrives off of that. They've gotten some short fields, and they've not had to play from behind, obviously, giving up no offensive touchdowns. So, all right, so they've had to play from behind last week a little bit they had a pick six and then ended up coming back and scoring with about 25 seconds left to win it. So, they're an offense that they want to run the football. They want to maintain the clock and the lead and hopefully make one more play in the end. But, I think if we can really get after their defense, then hopefully that heart and soul goes away and we can take over the game.
Well, and I asked you about this on Coach's Corner on Wednesday, but, how important a good start is. I asked that a lot, but especially a team that hasn't allowed any points defensively, get the ball right away, whether it is that first possession of the game or after, Brookings gets the ball to start the ball game. But that first offense possession, how important it is to get on the board, to get the offense going and get the confidence rolling with the offense, but also maybe take a little bit of that confidence away from the Brookings defense.
Yeah, and I think that'll be important. Obviously, like I said, everything is magnified when you've done really good things in a row. So if they haven't given up an offensive touchdown and you can go get two is going to feel like more than two because they haven't experienced that yet this year. So that'll be an important part of the first half. We've got to come out. We've got to find a way to get points on the board from our offense in particular to take away that confidence. And then, again, hopefully if we can dent the confidence of their defense, then their offense is hit with collateral damage.
We talked on Wednesday, too, on Coach's Corner about playing at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium and that kind of almost takes the home field advantage away from Brookings, and there's not much change for the coaches and players. But for some of these guys who have not played on this field yet, to make sure that they treat it like another football field and not so much thinking like we're playing on a college campus, get caught up in all the extra stuff that is there. How do you make sure that these guys just treat it like another turf football field? Yeah, it's just fun. We try and have them, when we get out in warm-ups, we'll have everyone take a look around and enjoy the experience for a few minutes, and then it's football time, So we try and give them that moment to enjoy it, and then, once we get a little bit further into the warm-up time, once we get into gov jacks and everything, then we got to flip the switch and get into game mode. But otherwise, it's really a pretty similar stadium, just like everywhere else. The biggest difference is the kicking. The field goal uprights are college uprights, so it'll be a little different for the kicking game. But other than that, everyone else, it's the same distances. Injury-wise, how's everybody doing trying to get healthy again? More guys are kind of getting healthier, but how's everybody doing? Ty Michael especially trying to get back into that starting rotation.
Yeah, really, Ty's the only one. He'll be out one more week here, and we're hoping he was close. But again, week 4, we'd rather have him hopefully at the end of the season. So he's the only one that'll be out today. Everyone else will be back in, ready to go.
To get a win here, ESD game, trying to still maybe try and get that ESD championship. It's going to be a little bit harder after the loss to Watertown, but still trying to get that ESD, how important it is to pick up a win against Brookings, not just for the ESD, but as you get farther in the season, you don't want to have multiple losses, especially in a row. Yeah, the biggest thing is just, to get back in the good graces of the win column, and hopefully get some confidence back and understanding the work that we've had to do to get out that bad taste out of our mouth. So, just getting back in the win column will be important this week for no other reason than mentally to know and move past that loss, and then everything becomes one game after that. Biggest key overall tonight to get a win against Brookings?
We need the first points on the board, and we need to get some from our offense. We need to be able to dent that defensive confidence on their side, and hopefully let it bleed over to their offense.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Because of the long travel up to where we're at in the press box, we won't talk to you in the post-game show. So good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you Coach's Corner next Wednesday.
Thanks, John.
As head coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, will return with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help. Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric for free estimates. Commercial, residential, and farm wiring. You'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the capital city area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your locally owned independent auto parts store, 500 West Sioux in Pierre. Go Govs!
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
Gear up for an exhilarating fall season with Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer and proud supporters of sports in our community. Whether you're hitting the field or hitting the road, trust Chevy's lineup of dependable vehicles to take you there in style. We are here for all your automotive needs. Stop by our showroom at 1905 North Garfield and Pierre, or explore our inventory online at www.beck-motors.com. Proudly serving our community for 55 years. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, 605-224-5912.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Brookings Bobcats. John Winkler alongside Mendel Miller as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. We'll try and get that camera in there we go, in a little bit better of a spot. The scoreboard, American Family Insurance, Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard might have to be adjusted, or the camera might be adjusted to make sure that the camera can see what is being in the corner of the end zones. Well, let's go through the starting lineups here. We'll first start with the Pierre Governors. We'll start defensively for the Pierre Governors. Elijah Bucci, Johnny Sharon, and Jacob Mikkinen will be the three defensive linemen, with Sharon being the nose tackle. The two outside linebackers are Cooper Twilliger and Lincoln Schoenhardt. Max Hunsley and Coulter Babcock are the two middle linebackers. The free safety is Hudson Schaefer. The strong safety is Kellen Hansen. The two cornerbacks are Porter Hunsley and Carson Stosher, as Hunsley, the freshman, will get another start. Offensively for the Pierre Governors, Caleb Lounsbury is the quarterback, will lead the charge for the Governors. Trevor Rouse in the backfield. George Stallion and Carter Schuffelbein are the two receivers. The two tight ends are Cooper Twilliger and Elijah Bucci, with the A&B being the hybrid. The tackle is Tucker Ott. The outside guard is Baxter Schremp. The inside guard, Jacob Mikkinen. The center is Zayden Rounds. The nub guard is Max Bogenhagen for the Governors. For the Brookings Bobcats, their starting defense, Jay Harris. Well, we'll start with the defensive line as they run a 3-4. It'll be Blake Canagator, Josiah Thomas, and Egan Jensen be the three defensive linemen, with the Josiah Smith being the tackle. It is going to be the linebacker core, Jay Harris, Gabriel Stern, Bergen Tetzlaff, and Phoenix Souther, those four linebackers. And then the four defensive backs will be Will Conrad, Charlie Bisgard, Jones Huntemer, and Adadji Thomas will be the four defensive backs. Offensively for the Brookings Bobcats, Gavin Anderson is their quarterback. The 6-foot, 170-pound junior will be their quarterback. Will Conrad will be in the backfield. He's 5'11", senior, weighs 155 pounds. Jay Harris will be the fullback. Daddy Thomas will be the receiver, with the slot receiver being Levante Carter. Bergen Tetzlaff will be their tight end, and their offensive line from left to right, it'll be Dylan Reynolds, Andrew Hahn, Cohen Beinhorn will be the center, Michael Nelson, the right guard, and the right tackle is Carson Lohr for the Bobcats. As those are your starters. just about set for the coin toss. We are getting started at 7:05 for kickoff, which is about another minute away, but they still got to get the coin toss done. So it'll be a couple minutes past 7:05 when we get rolling. But Mendel, this will be a big contest here for the Governors. And a good crowd here. We talked about maybe the atmosphere not, being a little bit duller because you're such in a big stadium. Well, the Brookings Bobcats got a lot of fans here that are below us, and they're going to be making a lot of noise tonight.
Yeah, they do. They have a good turnout here. They've probably got over half of this side of the stadium filled, so good showing for them, and probably have a good home field advantage. I'm sure their hopes are high, and they tried to get out as many people out here as they could.
Governors will be wearing their white jerseys with the green pants. They've got the green numbers and letters, while Brookings and their traditional green helmets. Brookings Bobcats will be wearing their black uniforms, all black with their jerseys and pants. The Governors won the toss, and they defer the second half, so the Bobcats will get the ball to get things rolling. But they got the black jerseys with the black pants, as well as also having their red helmets with those numbers on the helmet, along with the Bobcat logo and the white numbers and letters on their jerseys. So the Bobcats will get the ball to get things rolling. The Governors will kick off from right to left as we are just about set for kickoff on this Friday night. Emma Thielen is back at the station. John McClure alongside Mendo Miller. Blake Dean will join us as we go along in the broadcast, and we are set for some Friday night football here from Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. A beautiful Friday night. I don't know if you can have it any picture more perfect than this, Mendel.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Just amazing night. The sun set, so now that the field is all in shade, but just a great night for football. Not too much wind, just a light breeze, and should be a really good night to play the game. High school football in South Dakota.
77 degrees here in Brookings with the winds that are at 10 miles an hour in the south-southeast. But when you look at the flags on the top of the goalposts, not a whole lot of movement to it. The wind's pretty much being blocked. So it feels like 74 on a 77-degree night. Beautiful night for some football. Carter Templeton will kick things away. And the two kick returners, Mason Mathis and Dadgie Thomas, will both be ready to return this one. Templeton, who was warming up and hitting from a 40-yard field goal, hit a 45-yard field goal and warm up. They'll look to boot this one away. We are ready to go as Templeton will kick this one away. It'll be a rather short kick that Thomas will run up to and catch it around the 20-yard line to the 25. He's going to be brought down at around the 27, and that is where the Brookings Bobcats will get us started. And Gavin Anderson, the quarterback, will lead the offense out, who scored just 8 points last week. But it was the most important drive, the last drive, that they scored their touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, and they were able to score and win the ball game 8-7 over Aberdeen Central in that third game of the season to go to 3-0 on the year. So coming out of the pistol formation to get things and make that the shotgun formation. Will Conrad is in the backfield. Two receivers, a receiver on each side. And the handoff will go to Conrad as he'll try and slip through that defensive line. I believe Cooper Twilger was the first one to wrap him up, and he's down for just a couple. And he'll bring up second down here in about 9. Make that second down and 8 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, big change from last week that we really haven't talked about is how large Watertown was across the front lines, and Brookings is more of a smaller, more quick and agile team. So an adjustment for style-wise for Pierre from last week to this week.
Second down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Second play of the ball game. Brookings working from left to right on your radio dial and from your mobile or TV screen. Anderson for the shotgun, moves Conrad in motion. Now he'll have a quarterback keeper, goes right up the middle. He is going to be brought down. Kellen Hansen there at the tackle, and he gets to around the 35-yard line. So picked up about 6 as third down and short, 3rd and 2 here for the Brookings Bobcats.
Yeah, a little motion away from the direction the quarterback keeper was. Tried to get the Pierre defense flowing and then cut back on the backside.
So picked up the 2 yards, or 6 yards, now need 2 yards here in their first drive of the ball game, does Brookings. 3rd and 2 from their own 35-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out left side. It'll be a handoff again for Conrad. He's able to slip through, gets a big hole for a first down, avoids one tackler before he's brought down outside the 45-yard line. Coulter Babcock finally brought him down, but not before a big gain out to around the 47. And a gain of 12 and a first down for Brookings.
Yeah, good run there. Had a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, which would have been really close to whether it was fourth down, but once he broke that tackle, able to pick up the first down pretty easily.
10 left to go here in the first quarter. First and 10 from the Brookings 47-yard line as they're just above the Jackrabbit logo, making their way to midfield. Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers out far side for Gavin Anderson. Able to run the ball one time for 6 yards. High snap, he'll look to pass. Throw over the middle of the slant. The catch is going to be made by Thomas. He's got another first down. He's carrying 4 different Governors with him as he gets to the 35-yard line. A big gain on first down as Daniel Thomas will make his first catch. An easy grab on the slant, and he gets into Governor territory.
Yeah, nice throw there and a good catch. And as you said, a lot of Governors that took that time to bring him down.
18-yard gain on that first down throw and catch from Gavin Anderson to Dadgy Thomas. First and 10 for the Governor, 35-yard line now. Moving into Governor territory. 9:25 left to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation again. 3 down linemen for the Governors, looking to try and show a blitz. This time Anderson will keep, but Coulter Babcock was not fooled. He's able to stop everybody and allow the troops to get in and surround the football. Max Hunsley got in there on the tackle as well, and the Governors get a big loss on first down. Second down and 12, a loss of 2.
Yeah, good read there by Babcock getting in. Little run blitz, caught him in the backfield. It looked like a zone read look, but I think it was a quarterback keep all the way.
Patrick LaRoque was also there on the tackle for the Governors, and it's second and 12 from the 40, make that the 37-yard line. The first possession of the ball game. No score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. 2 receivers on the near side for the Bobcats. Shotgun formation. This will be a motion and a pitch off to the number 1 in Will Conrad, who got back to the line of scrimmage, but the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more. LaRoque was over there as well. Porter Hunsley on the tackle, and it's now 3rd down and 10 from the 35.
Yeah, interesting to see what we see from Brookings here. So far, they haven't faced 3rd and long, but they've come out in the same formation every time with that 2 receiver look to one side and a tight end H-back to the other. So be anxious to see here if they try to mix it up a little bit.
3rd down and 10, and where you're sitting at too, Mendel, a couple of yards, you just get a couple of yards, 4 down territory right now. You're probably not going for a first down on 3rd and 10, right?
Yeah, looking in warm-ups, it looked like their kicker had some pretty good range, so it'll be interesting to see what they do try, whether it's 2 down or 1.
Play action here, rolling to the right. Anderson looking to throw. He's going to take off with it. He gets to the 30-yard line. He's trying to push his way a little bit forward. Ran into Kellen Hansen, Cooper Twilliger over there as well. And it'll be a gain of 7 to make it 4th down and 3 from the 28-yard line, which is about 45-yard field goal from here. It looks like Brookings has no thought about it. They're going for it.
Yeah, that'd be into the wind, what wind there is, I guess. But I think that's they're feeling confident after getting 7. Like you said, I think it was probably 4 down territory. I'm sure they know the limitations.
Clock is stopped at 7:38 to go here in the first quarter. It is 4th down and 3 from the 28-yard line. They got to get to the Governor 25. Shotgun formation again. 2 receivers here on the near side. Governors are kind of loading the box up right now. Man goes in motion, looking to pass. Anderson has to step up. He's going to run for it, pick up a first down. He is wrapped up by his feet by Max Hunsley, but a big first down for Gavin Anderson, able to step through the pocket and get to the 21-yard line for a big 7-yard gain and a first down on 4th down.
Yeah, good pressure from the Governors there, and it's a good thing. Tetzloff was kind of running a seam route down the middle of the field, and he was open, but the Bobcats didn't have time to find him. Quarterback gets a scramble, and they still get the first down, but they may come back to that one.
Almost a 5-minute drive already here for the Brookings Bobcats. This will be play number 9 of the drive. 1st and 10 just outside the red zone of the 21-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side. Shotgun formation again. This will be a handoff for Anderson as he tries to make that Conrad. As Anderson handed off to him, he gets inside the red zone of the 19, just a gain of 2 as the defensive lineman there for the Governors to wrap him up. As it was Patrick LaRoque along with the tackle. Make that number 54 and Johnny Sharon that was in on the tackle for the Governors.
Yeah, Sharon and Babcock, I think, were the first two to him, and good play there. Again, Brookings staying with basically the same formation on every play so far.
6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Still first drive of the ball game. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Two receivers again here on the near side. Shotgun formation. Anderson will call for the snap. He'll look to pass as he rolls to the right. Now he's just going to try and run with it. He's going to stop and throw for the end zone, and it's going to be out of play. As looking to maybe try and get that interception was Carson Stosher. They had that one well scouted, and Anderson almost found his way throwing it into coverage and danger, but it does fall incomplete.
Yeah, that was interesting. He really only had one receiver on this side of the field. Everybody else was going left. He rolls right. He doesn't have many options. Keeping it didn't look like a good option either, so had to throw it into a dangerous area.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 19-yard line. Got to get to the Governor 11. 6:13 to go. This drive will most likely take up half the quarter, if not more, and especially that the Bobcats could theoretically pick up another 2 first downs before they have to get in the end zone. 3rd and 8 from the 19. Conrad will go in motion. They'll toss it over to him that left side. He's going to try and cut it back through the middle of the field, and he's going to be wrapped up, and it's going to be 4th down and short as he was able to get inside the 15 to around the 14, 13-yard line. Lincoln Schoenhardt was over there with the tackle, and the big man that came away with that tackle is Hudson Schaefer. And it's going to be 4th down and 3 from the 14-yard line.
Yeah, I think Brookings realizes it's going to take more than field goals to beat Pierre here. They're probably not going to be in an 8-7 game, and they're going to try to get on the board with a touchdown.
4th down and 3 from the 14. Have to get to the 11. Second 4th down of the drive that Brookings is trying to capitalize on. We've got the shotgun formation, but 2 receivers up on the top of the field now. There'll be a handoff again. Will he get to that first down marker? He is very close to the 11-yard line. Are they going to spot him enough for a first down? Schoenhardt to Williger both got there to make the tackle. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short.
Yeah, I think so too. The near side linesman came in and spotted the ball. The far side guy looked like he might have been at the distance, but fortunately for Pierre, they took the near side spot, and I think that's going to be short.
So they're going to call for the measurement here with 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. If it is a first down, this drive is going to expand over 7 minutes of this first quarter. But now we will see what the measurement is. They're going to walk it along. Yeah, and Mendel, from where we're sitting at, we were on that right side of the 50-yard line with where the ball is at. I think he's going to be short by about a half a yard. I mean, they've already got it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, they didn't have to pull that chain all the way out to the 19-yard line. They knew that ball was going to be a half yard short. So a 2-yard gain for Conrad stops the drive at the Governor 12-yard line, where they will take over, and a turnover on downs for the Brookings Bobcats. What a big defensive stand, Mendel.
Absolutely. Get a stop. No points on the board. Even though you give up some time of possession and things like that, you keep them off the scoreboard. That's uplifting, and now you got to turn around, go right at them, and see if you can put one in the end zone yourself.
So 5:19 to go in the first quarter. It is Caleb Lounsbury that will make his way out. So Trevor Rounds in the backfield. 654 yards through the air so far for Lounsbury. First play of the scrimmage for the Governors is a handoff to Trevor Rounds. He's got nowhere to go. That defensive line quickly got to the football. No gain for Rounds in that first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, Tetzloff and Stern, there are a couple inside linebackers that met him pretty early.
Where the Governors want to try and get that ground game going. 239 yards and through 3 games overall. Obviously, that's well under 100 yards per game. And where the Governors, rushing-wise, has always been there. They want to try and get themselves into a much better spot. And then they're going to pick up 5 yards right here, as it's going to be a encroachment penalty. We'll hear from our official for the first time tonight.
Before the snap, offsides on the defense, number 7. It's a 5-yard penalty. We play second down.
So we'll be on number 7 and Blake Cannigator that will be called for it. And that was our official and Jason Reisdorfer that made the call. Second down and 5 now from the Governor 17-yard line. Toss play over the right side for Rounds. He's going to try and get a block, but he is hit immediately for a gain of just 1. And again, there's Cannigator on the tackle, but it's a gain of 1. It's 3rd down and 4 here for the Governors.
Yeah, not too much room there. Toss play, tried to get wide. Good inside backer flow again. Just closing it down quickly.
And again, this defense has been very good. They have not allowed a defense to score. Until they do, this defense is going to feel like world beaters, regardless of who they're playing, what the competition is. They're going to feel really good about getting out on the field until someone scores against them. Lounsbury will keep this time. He's going to look for an option, but he could not make the toss and is hit hard. And it's going to be 4th down with a gain of 1. And the Governors will have to punt it away on a 3-and-outs.
Yeah, might have had the pitch there, but felt a lot of pressure, and you don't want to turn the ball over deep in your own territory, so get what you can, and sometimes punting isn't such a bad idea.
Cooper Twilliger will come out to do the punting here for the Governors. As his one punt last week was blocked, is in the back of his own end zone from the 4-yard line. And now he'll get the snap. It's a pretty good snap, as this will be a good kick for the Governors. It's going to take a nice Governor roll inside the 30-yard line down near the 28, where they will pick it up, and the Bobcats will have the field flipped on them. The Governors with Twilliger with a nice punt to flip the field back to the Brookings 28-yard line.
Have a flag on the play, so we're going to have to figure out what this is.
It's on the far side of the field at the line of scrimmage. Was somebody offside? Will there be the Governors? We'll hear from our official. Illegal shift. Wait for the call. Coach Clark is deciding what he wants to do. That they're going to try and make him punt again, because
illegal shift on the offense. 2 men in motion before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
And that's a very smart move by Coach Clark. One, because it was all the way back to the 28-yard line. You have to make them punt the ball that well and get that bounce again, and you're backing them up inside now the 15-yard line to the 14, where you're going to make them punt the ball away.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see where that punt finally stopped, but it was pretty close to a 50-yard punt, and you're probably not expecting that to happen again. So a good move by them to make Pierre do it twice.
Thomas is back deep along with another Bobcat member, as Twilliger will get another punt. This will be off to the near side. It's going to bounce a couple of times. Thomas will go off of his helmet, but that was right at midfield and right out of bounds. And now we get a Bobcat that is down, as he was tangled up with Aiden Beam. But he seems to be okay. That was also number 11 in Gavin Anderson, which is a quarterback. So it's good to see him pop up if you're a Bobcat fan. But a 3-and-out for the Governors. And it's now 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line with 3:09 to go. That's the 5-yard penalty turns into a 22-yard difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And there again, like you said, a good move from the start. Didn't quite get as much of it on that second kick, and Brookings has good field position.
A 12-play drive stalled out inside the red zone for the Bobcats in their first drive. Still no score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Outside handoff, then a good tackle by Porter Hunsley. Got to the edge and was able to keep Conrad from getting any kind of gain. He ended up losing a yard back to the Brookings 49.
Yeah, really nice play by Hunsley there in run support. One-on-one in the open field, and locked him up, brought him down right in his tracks.
2:45 to go already here in the first quarter, and we still have no score, and this is just the second drive of the ball game for the Bobcats, where they had 12 plays that stalled out on a turnover on downs. Governors that went 3-and-out and punted the ball away, and we're closing in the final 2.5 minutes. Shotgun formation again here for the Bobcats. Man comes in motion. They're going to toss it to him. It'll be a completed catch as it comes to the near side for Levante Carter, who was wrapped up at the 50-yard line, got just past the 50-yard line in Governor territory, so we'll give him a gain of 2, as it'll be a completed pass from Anderson to Carter for a gain of 2, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Hunsley again in the open field, one-on-one tackle, so 2 really good plays by the freshman corner.
And that clock continues to run under 2 minutes. So it's 3rd down and a long 9 from just inside the Governor 50-yard line. I should say Governor's side of the 50-yard line. 2 receivers here on the near side, shotgun formation. Bobcats are looking for a chance to pick up another 3rd down conversion. Carter goes in motion. They'll fake the toss to him. Now throw over the middle of the field. The catch will be made in traffic of 3 different Governor defenders. Hunsley, Schaefer, and Hansen were both over there, but the catch is made by number 10 in Bergen Tetzlaff, and it's a 1st down But there is a flag sitting right around the 41-yard line.
Brookings.
Ineligible man downfield on the offense, number 70. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Carson Lohr got himself too far downfield, and then wipes away the first down. And instead of 1st and 10 from inside the 35-yard line, it's now 3rd down and 14 for the Bobcats' 46-yard line.
Yeah, big play there for the Govs. And that was the exact same play I said they may come back to. It's the motion away, then Tetzloff going down the seam. Pierre had it well defended, but a perfect pass between the 3 defenders.
That's a big break for the Governors to get that penalty against, which would have put the Bobcats starting to get deep in the Governor territory. 1:10 left to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers now split out as they'll move a man in motion to Thomas with 3 receivers on the far side. Anderson looking to pass. Now he's going to roll. Now he's going to try and find some time to escape. But Elijah Bucci got to him. The throw will get out of bounds. It got past the line of scrimmage, so there is no intentional grounding as Bucci nearly got his first sack of the night, and it's 4th down and long from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he was falling down. Lucky probably to get that beyond the line of scrimmage. It probably only made it by a yard or 2, but he did save a lot of yards by getting it out of bounds.
So now it'll be Drew Johnson, the 5'11 junior, that will come on to punt the ball away here for the Bobcats. Trying to make sure they got all 11 guys out on the field, as they will have George Stalley and Carson Stosher back deep for the punt return. Might actually be Carter Scheffelbein that might be back there as well. Can't see the number quite yet. But Johnson will boot this one away. It is Scheffelbein. Stalley will call for a fair catch and will bounce off the Brookings helmet. That's got to be a penalty flag. It is, because they didn't give him a chance to make the catch. So it'll be down at the 14-yard line, but it's going to be a penalty right around the 25, and that's going to be a good break for the Governors here.
Yeah, exactly. Stalley came up to make the catch, and defender was just a little bit too close, bounced right off his helmet. So Pierre will get a lot better field position this time than they had the first time. Hopefully he can take advantage of it.
Yeah, the kick-catch interference will be the call. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty, so that would extend it out from the 25 to the 40-yard line.
Kick-catch interference on the kicking team, number 8. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot or foul. 1st down, Pierre.
Donovan Davis is the one that gets called against him. And so it goes to the 41-yard line where the Governors will take over with 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So that's now a much better start here for the Governors as they get the ball the second time, but much closer to midfield than they were to take over on their first drive.
Absolutely. Better field position should open up the entire playbook. We'll see if they can't air it out here.
Stalley goes in motion as he rolls to the right. Lounsbury will follow out that way. He's still running with it. He's trying to find something to throw, but he's going to be wrapped up and dropped down by Blake Canagater in the backfield. The clock will continue to run. That could take us to the end of the first quarter, with the play clock and game clock being the same right now at 24 seconds. Loss of 2 for Lounsbury, and the Governors right now are at a total of 0 yards gained other than their penalty. And it's 2nd down and 12 here from the 39.
Yeah, that's going to go down as a sack on that pass attempt.
It'll be back to pass for Lounsbury. Looking over the middle of the throw for Twilliger. He'll make the catch. He's at the 40-yard line, trying to dive forward. Ball come out, but they're going to say he is down. He was down by contact at the 41-yard line. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. We do have a Bobcat that is still on the ground right now who has not gotten up. But it is a gain of 1 to the 40-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 2 on the first catch.
This was stopped at the 40. It's 3rd down. That's the end of the quarter.
So they will rule him down at the 40-yard line, so it'll be a gain of just 1. Be 3rd down from the 40. That ends the first quarter, and we will check on the injured player, and hopefully he will be okay for the Bobcats. We will step aside for a minute. We'll come back with the second quarter. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind. Slumberland Furniture is shifting gears and presenting their fall home sale. You'll find deals on items throughout the store with savings of up to 50% off retail price. Plus, if it's time for an overhaul, be sure to ask about Slumberland Furniture's special financing with 0% interest for 24 months. See us for details. We carry top-of-the-line quality like Flex Steel and Lazy Boy. And for every room of the home, the fall home sale at Slumberland Furniture. Slumberland Furniture on the truck bypass in Pierre and slumberland.com.
3rd and 11 here as we start the second quarter. Lounsbury will go to pass. The throw will be catch. It will be caught by the Governors, but not a whole lot of room to run as the catch was made by number 13, Lincoln Dilgis. But it's going to be 4th down for the Govs, and they go 3 and out again.
Yeah, short hook there, trying to get him in space, make somebody miss, but when he turned it back inside, the Brookings pursuit was waiting for him. So punt again this time. Looks like now Pierre will be kicking into the wind, so it's not heavy, but that last one when Brookings punted, I thought it got up in the air and got hung up a little bit.
So Twilliger come back on to punt the ball away. Governors are trying to get their 11th man out on the field. With 11:20 to go here in the second quarter, we're just underway here in the second. Governors moving from left to right. Brookings will just about take over here as Twilliger will boot this one away. Good punt. Thomas will field at his own 20. He's going to try and get a couple blocks to the 25, to the 30, and he's going to be run out of bounds as he was close to break. He did break the Lincoln Schoenhardt tackle, but Carter Merrill ran him out of bounds at the 35, and that's where the Bobcats will take over. Second punt by the Governors. And this defense for Brookings, they have been stout all season long, and they're not showing anything different in the first 2 drives right now with 2 3 and outs.
Yeah, they're certainly playing confidently and very effectively, obviously.
So here is the 3rd drive of the ball game now for Brookings. Still looking for a first score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. With 11:01 to go here in quarter number 2. Governors, it's hard to talk about it 30 minutes into the ball game, but the Governors won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. We're already talking about that. We're not even half an hour old in this ball game. There is a big tackle for Jacob Mikkinen as Levante Carter got the toss in front on the jet sweep or jet sweep pass, and it's going to be no gain as Mikkinen will get a loss of about half a yard.
Yeah, nice play there, and there was a lot of Pierre defenders who won the battle that time. The line of scrimmage moved a little bit. There was no place to cut that up, and Mickinson was waiting for him.
Mikkinen.
There's no S in that.
Second down and 10 here from, we're so far away, his name might change a little bit. No. Second down and 10 from the 35-yard line. We'll call no gain, maybe about a half a yard loss as Anderson will go back to pass. He'll throw over the middle of the field. The catch will be made and a lot of room to run, but it will be a touchdown-saving tackle by number 17 and Hudson Schaefer. And a big gain for number 86 and Egan Jensen that will get into the Governor territory.
Yeah, really nice play there by Schaefer. And as you said, touchdown-saving tackle. Brought him down, but he was trailing the play just enough for the pass to be completed. So little momentum for Brookings here.
Gain of 28 on that 2nd and 10 play. So the Bobcats are back in Governor territory again. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Shotgun formation again here for the Bobcats. There'll be play action, more of an RPO for Anderson as he pulled it back. The option play, he kept the ball, trying to keep it from being a big loss, but he'll still lose a yard back as in pursuit was Lincoln Schoenhardt, who helped make that tackle and a loss of 1.
Yeah, Schoenhardt crashing fast there to break up the timing of the play, and then Max Hunsley pursuing inside out from the linebacker spot to bring him down.
2nd and 11 now here, 9:15 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats take their time offensively, but they really don't put themselves in a tough spot with the play clock. It's still at 10 right now, and they break the huddle, but they don't move fast on offense. Shotgun formation here, 2 receivers on the near side. There'll be a handoff trying to get up the middle, but Conrad is going to be wrapped up and thrown down to the backfield, as I believe is Max Hunsley that got in the backfield. It was the senior Hunsley. To get a big loss back to the 41.
Yeah, and 2 plays in a row there by Hunsley. So the Hunsley brothers doing a good job for Pierre, making big stops, one-on-one tackling, very, very secure.
Loss of 3 on the play And it's now 3rd down and 14. They say 3rd and 13 on that spot, but they got to get to 3rd and 14 here. Pick up that first down from the 41-yard line. And get to the 27 of the Governors. 3rd and 14. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out far side, 1 to the near side. Anderson will step up in the pocket. He's going to try and run with it, but he is wrapped up for a gain of about 2. Tackle didn't look very good, but everybody pops up. Jacob Mikkinen on the tackle along with Johnny Sharon, and it's 4th down and 12, and it's going to be a punting situation here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think he wanted to throw, felt some pressure, decided to get what he could, but really good containment by the Pierre defensive line to pull him down.
So it's now 4th and 12, punting for the Bobcats, but the Governors are not going to have anybody back to receive this punt. They're going to let this one go and make sure there is no fake as Johnson will punt this one away. Governors will let it bounce, and their Bobcats will try and pin it as far deep as they can. It will be inside the 10 as it rolls its way to the 8-yard line, and that's where the Governors will set up shop for their 3rd drive at their own 8. Well, they'll spot it at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, they didn't get much of a roll that time. It's probably a good thing. They had people down there ahead of the ball, between the ball and the end zone to down it no matter where it ended up. But it's kind of a neutral bounce and probably landed on the 10 and only ended up at the 9.
So the Governors on 2 drives so far have a total of 5 yards offensively. 5 yards passing, no yards rushing. With Rounds having a gain of 1, Lounsbury with losing 1. See if they can get something going offensively. It'll be Rounds that will get the handoff. Trying to get to the left side, but he just can't quite find around the corner as he was brought down by Gabriel Stern. No gain, maybe a half a yard to the 10. And it's 2nd down and a long 9.
Yeah, it looked like there might be something there, but then when he bounced it out, the Bobcat pursuit caught him, and it looks like the injured Brookings player, which was Jay Harris, their linebacker, is back in the game, so that's good to see.
2nd down and a long 9 from about the 10-yard line. Governors want to get out of the shadow of their own end zone with 6:40 left to go here in the first half. Play clock at 15. Stosher will come in motion to the backfield here with Lounsbury, as he'll be in a pistol formation. Stosher will get the handoff. He gets a big hole. He gets out to the 15 to the 20-yard line. There's a first down for the Governors, their first of the ball game. And where Carson Stosher comes in, I think Brookings said, well, if they're not going to throw him the ball, they're definitely not going to run the ball with him. And he picks up a big hole, picks up 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. Pierre comes out open or empty. Stosher probably thought of as more of a wide receiver, and then when he motions in, they just kind of forgot about him.
Empty backfield here again for Lounsbury. Trying to get the Bobcats to jump. They've got 20 yards on penalties so far. And the Governors right now with just a total of about 15 yards overall. There's a throw and catch on the far sideline. I believe Scheffelbein will make the first grab. He does, as he is able to get near the first down marker, and a gain of about 11 for a first down as he got to the Governor 33.
Yeah, pretty simple pitch and catch there. Brookings giving a lot of cushion, and Pierre's just taking advantage of it. Get that 11 yards, keep moving the sticks.
1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line. Clock ticks under 5:40 to go here in the first half. Still no score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard.
Crazy fast first half.
We've hardly seen any extra time being taken off. Hardly any incompletions. Everybody staying in bounds. Here's going to be a toss play in the backfield for Stosher. He's trying to cut to the right side, trying to cut it back. He's going to lose yards as he was hit at the 31-yard line. They said Templeton, but it is Stosher that was one being running, and Tetzloff will get the tackle, loss of 2. And it's 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, real similar play to Stosher's first carry, except they pitched it to him instead of handing it off. And I think Brookings was a little bit more aware of him this time.
Lounsbury have an empty backfield here on 2nd and 12 from the Governor 31-yard line, 4:50 to go. Dropping back to pass, quick throw. Staley makes the catch, trying to cut it back up. He's got nowhere to go. 3 Bobcats right around him. Make that 4 Bobcats all around him. As the first man to get to him was Charlie Bisgard, and it's going to be 3rd down and long from the 31. No gain for Staley.
Yeah, and, in that situation, 2nd and long, Brookings just playing cover 3. keeping everybody in front of them and letting their linebackers flow to the ball.
As long as they don't play cover 2, Mel Kiper won't get mad.
What's Kiper know?
Well, he wants that banned in the NFL. 4:10 left to go here in the first half. 3 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. 3 down linemen for the Bobcats. Lounsbury will look to pass, and a throw near the first down. Sticks, the catch will be made right at the feet of Cooper Terwilliger, who will get to the 45-yard line. A gain of 14 and a first down for the Governors on 3rd and long.
Yeah, big play there. Just a kind of a go down to the line to gain and turn around and I'll throw you the ball type of play. And Terwilliger makes the catch and has just enough for the first down.
So 3:50 left to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Governor 45. They can take their time to get down the field if they want to. They know they're going to get the ball to start the second half. A couple guys went in motion, make sure everybody stops and gets reset here as they'll hand the ball off for Stosher again in the backfield. He slips through the first tackle. There's a flag that comes down near the line of scrimmage. A gain of about 1 to the 46 for Stosher. And we'll see what the flag is going to be. It's going to be a hold against the Governors. So that will back them up 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 here for Pierre.
Yeah, anytime that flag comes in from right behind the defensive line, it's about 95% holding. So mistake there that Pierre's going to have to overcome. You get a little momentum going, but certainly haven't had enough success to feel confident of making up that extra 10 yards.
Hear from
holding on the offense, number 61. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Max Bogenhagen gets called for the penalty, and it's 1st and 20 now here for Pierre, back at their own 35. Those are drive killers. Those holding calls are drive killers, and the Governors now have to get out to the Brookings 45-yard line to pick up a first down with 3:26 to go in the first half. Well, that clock will still run some more. Lounsbury will be empty backfield. Staley will come in motion across the line to the near side. Lounsbury drops back to pass. Now he's going to look for a home run ball down here for Staley, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 20 from the 35-yard line. It was overthrown as he was looking for Staley, but Will Conrad was in coverage.
Yeah, Brookings didn't really adjust to that motion, and I think Pierre had a good play call. They just tried to get Staley on the wheel route down the near sideline, but Brookings, again, playing those defenders deep, keeping everybody in front of them, and there's just no room to fit that ball in.
First incompletion of the night for Lounsbury. He's now 5 for 6 for 30 yards. 2nd down and 20. Play clock is down to 10. 3:09 to go here in the first half. Empty backfield. Terwilliger, he went in motion. Now Shufflebine will go to the far side, and Coach Steele will have to take a timeout with the play clock down to 2. Our first timeout.
First of the half.
First timeout of the half with 3:09 left to go, and Mendel will get a chance here to maybe catch her breath a little bit. And, the game hasn't necessarily been a fast-paced game in terms of play on the field, but the clock has been draining quite a bit. This has been, the Brookings Bobcats defense. The question mark coming in was, well, who have they played to this point? Are they as that good of a defense as it shows in the stats right now, or is it because of who they played? The Bobcats are showing it's not because of who they played. They're just that good of a defense.
Yeah, they're really good, and I'm really impressed with their linebackers, especially the 2 inside guys. They've been everywhere, and Brookings kind of just funnels it. They funnel the ball, try to get those guys involved, and have a lot of confidence in them, and they're making the tackles. So, yeah, they're for real.
As it is coming out of the timeout, 2nd down and 20 from the 35-yard line. The Bobcat offense has been able to outgain the Governors so far, but of course that's the biggest thing is the scoreboard, what it shows at the end of the ball game, and right now it's still showing 0-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Lounsbury looked to pass again. He's going to throw downfield. He's got Staley open as well as also Diligence, but it was just overthrown as both guys are behind the Bobcat coverage, and a catch would have been a walk-in touchdown for either one, but it's now 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, absolutely. They ran right by the safety for Brookings I didn't see anything underneath that he could have had his eyes on. I think he was just had his eyes in the backfield and he just lost track of the receivers running past him.
So now it's 3rd and 20 with 3:02 to go. See if the Governors want to just try and get a couple yards to make that punt a little bit easier. As Lounsbury will roll to his right, looking to pass. He'll throw over the middle. That one will be a man. He got hit. Staley got hit from behind as the ball was coming through, too. It was Jones Huntemer, number 15, that ran the back of him. And Coach Steele's looking for a flag, and I can't disagree that there easily could have been a flag against him. But it brings up 4th down, and the Governors have to punt the ball away with 2:52 to go here in the half.
I think Coach Steele was hoping for a replay up on the board. He was kind of pointing to the board like, just watch and you'll see it. But they didn't give him the replay.
And Staley was knocked down fairly quick. And, I mean, you saw that if you watched the Chiefs game on Sunday. You saw the Bengals player get called for a pass interference like that. This will be a punt here from Terwilliger. Fair catch is called for. It's dropped. And then even though it was dropped, there won't be any advancement. And the Bobcats will have it at their own 43-yard line on the 3rd punt of the night from Cooper Terwilliger and the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, a little bit short there. The up back forced the call for the fair catch and went right through his hands, but unfortunately no Governors near enough to make a play on the ball.
So it's now 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 43-yard line with 2:44 to go here in the first half. Brookings does have all 3 timeouts. Governors with 2, so you can't be first down and trying to stop the clock as much as possible, but they can be able to stop a couple different times and maybe try and get the ball back. As Anderson from the shotgun. Handoff here for Conrad, trying to go up the middle. He is hit by Patrick LaRoque, trying to pull him back, but Conrad's able to fall forward to the 45-yard line. A gain of 2, and it's 2nd down and 8 at the Bobcat 45-yard line.
Yeah, Bucci in there on the tackle too. So 2 linemen making the stop, 3 yards down the field. Good penetration and a good win up front for the Governors.
Now, how fast does Brookings want to go? They're not a team that moves quick, but time starts to be of the essence here with 2:15 to go and counting, and you still got to get 55 yards down the field to try and score a touchdown. 2nd and 8 from the 45. Shotgun formation again. 2 receivers here on the near side. A snap and the give for Conrad another time as he's going to try and stutter step to try and move forward, but he was hit. Dropped. Hudson Schaefer got there after Max Hunsley was able to wrap him up by the feet. And it'll be a gain of 4 to the 49-yard line, and it's 3rd down and manageable here for the Bobcats.
Kind of what they want to do, right, is just keep on pace to get their 3 or 4 yards each time, burn the clock. They know Pierre's getting the ball coming out of halftime, so they definitely don't want to give the Govs a chance to score before the half.
3rd down and 4 with under 90 seconds to go in the first half. 2 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation for Anderson. Another give for Conrad. He is hit in the backfield. There is no gain, and Coach Steele will take a timeout. It was Lincoln Schoenhardt that got around the corner to make the tackle, and it's 4th down here for the Bobcats. Timeout taken by Coach Steele, and the Brookings will have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, nice play there coming in off the edge and tracking the ball carrier down from behind.
Loss of 1, and it's 4th down and 5. The timeout taken by the Governors. They've got 1 left with 1:16 to go. Now, where the Governors are going to be a chance to get the ball back, they have to make sure they don't turn the ball over. That's the number 1 goal. Obviously, you want to go score, but you cannot turn the ball over here in the last minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think a lot of it's going to be dependent on how this punt goes. If we can get a good return and get some field position, then I think you're a lot more likely to see Pierre try to air it out and go for the score. If the punt isn't fielded or rolls down and we're inside the 15, then they may be looking at just taking that first possession of the second half.
Now, Brookings also has 3 timeouts, so if they feel like the Governors are going to try and run the clock out, they can stop them and force Pierre to at least get a first down before the end of the first half, because they can stop it 3 times and still get the ball back with 40 seconds to go or so, if that would be the case as well. So we'll see where the punt goes and how the Governors play it. Carson Stoscher is back deep for the Governors to try and return this punt, as Johnson will get a big boot to it. Stoscher will let it bounce. It'll take a Governor hop out to the 24-yard line before it was picked up. It bounced back 4 yards or so before Brookings was able to finally get a hand on it, and it's 1st and 10 from the Governor 24 with 1:07 to go here in the half.
And we know Coach Steele likes to be aggressive, right? So I think this is probably going to be far enough out that he's probably going to take at least one shot.
Empty backfield here to start this drive from the 24-yard line. One timeout for the Governors. Clock will stop at first downs, and any time that ball goes out of bounds. Quick throw, Stosher, screen pass here on the near side. Catch made. He gets the 30 to the 31. Picked up 7 yards, but it's 2nd down and 3.
It's like we're going fast, trying to get in. It's a good drive starter, right? Make positive yardage.
They got to move quickly here, down to 48 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and 3. Lounsbury again will pass. That throw, the pass is intercepted. It'll be taken by Jay Harris to the 10-5 and a pick 6. And that was the one thing you could not have happen, was an interception, and it is a touchdown for the Bobcats.
Yeah, just a miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver. He was either looking for a slant or a curl. The receiver just kept running, and once he did that, there was nobody there except Brookings.
So Drew Johnson will come on for the extra points. 6-0 lead here for the Bobcats as we have just 36 seconds to go here in the first half. A pick 6 for Brookings. Jay Harris, and the ball is bobbled. It'll be picked up by the Governors. It cannot be returned, although it would have been Cooper Twilliger running free down the sideline to try and get a couple extra points. But a 6-0 lead with 36 seconds to go. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
It is a 6-0 lead of American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as we welcome you back here with just 36 seconds to go in the first half. John Winkler alongside Mendel Miller. And, well, Mendel, that's not where the Governors were wanting to have happen. Obviously not wanting to have happen, but that was worst-case scenario for Pierre. The good news is, though, that 36 seconds to go, regardless if they take a knee on it and just go back to the locker room, whatever they want to do here, they get the ball started the second half and can atone for that pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely, and one play away type of thing. So, got to move on to the next one. That was just unfortunate, whether it was a bad look or a misread, whatever, wrong pattern, bad thing. And like you said before they got the ball, the thing you couldn't do is turn it over, and I guess we'll take the announcer's jinx. That's what happened.
So, don't put
that. Mine. I took it, not you.
Say, don't put this on me, Ricky
no,
Bobby.
No, it's me.
It'll be Johnson to kick this one away. 36 seconds to go here in the first half. A squib kick that'll be bouncing up to around the 22-yard line where it's picked up by the Governors. All the way out to the 35 to the 40, out to the 45. And they'll get out near midfield as it was Carter Merrill that took it out to the 49-yard line. And with 30 seconds to go, now the Governors are still in a shot to maybe go take another shot or two.
Absolutely. And as you said earlier in the broadcast, Carter Templeton was hitting this direction from 40, 45 yards. So you really only need, 20 yards, and you're probably looking at a makeable kick.
So we'll see here at Lounsbury how he responds after the interception. 2 receivers on the far side. 1 man lone here on the near side. That is Shufflebine as Lounsbury will drop back to pass. He'll throw, looking for Shufflebine. Jump ball that's just knocked out of the hands of Shufflebine, as it was Will Conrad that will break it up, and that was an impressive play from Conrad to be able to knock that away from him.
Yeah, that was in his hands. That was a good throw, and Shufflebine went up and got it, but just couldn't secure it. Good play on the defense. Sometimes you have to tip the hat to them, too.
2nd down and 10 from the Governor 49-yard line. 51 yards to the end zone, 24 seconds to go, and 1 timeout. Empty backfield again here for Lounsbury, trying to shake off that pick 6. He'll roll to his right. Now he'll step up, throw on the run, looking for Bucci, overthrew him. on the run. It'll be incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now here from the 49.
Yeah, that's one of them. You almost wish that he would just take off. He could have probably got 10 yards, maybe 15, and he moved the sticks, get the clock stopped. Kind of had to throw it into a crowd there. You got a tall receiver, and he trusts him to go up and get it, but maybe not the highest percentage of pass that you would look for in that situation.
Yeah, for Lounsbury, just 16 yards rushing on 13 attempts. Now 15 yards on 15 attempts. But it is 3rd down and 10. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. From the Governor 49-yard line. From the shotgun, empty backfield. Lounsbury looked to take a shot again for Scheffelbein. Here the near side. That ball, he's tripped up. And there is no flag that will come in. And it'll bring up 4th down. There's a lot of hand fighting and guys getting tripped up. But I think Coach Steele, again, looking for a flag to be thrown. It's the opposite way of where he's out on the field. It's the near side to us. And, boy, that's pretty close. I think the Bobcats are lucky to get away without a flag there.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of contact. The one thing that might redeem them a little bit is their defender did touch the ball. But, yeah, a lot of contact before the ball got there.
So they're going to go for it here. 4th and 10 from their own 49. Only 9 seconds to go. See if the Governors can pick it up. Maybe they're going to try and take a shot to the end zone. Now Lounsbury will sidestep a man. Now he'll throw downfield again, looking for Scheffelbein. That's overthrown, and it's going to be incomplete, but it does take us to the half. So 4 incompletions, turnover on downs, end of the half. Governors are down 6-0 at the end of the first half. So a 6-0 lead for Brookings at the end of the first half. As we'll come back in 3 minutes, get halftime stats, and we'll recap. Not a whole lot of scoring and not a whole lot of action in the first half, but we'll recap it for you coming up next. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Do you love video games and want to compete with a team? The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area is starting a new esports academy for students in grades 4 through 12 to learn and compete alongside their team against other clubs across the state and country in games like Rocket League, Super Smash Bros., and Valorant. For more information and to sign up, go to bgccapearea.org/programs/esports-academy. We can't wait to have you on our team.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre help you update your home or office with the latest in hardwood, laminate, ceramic, vinyl, and carpet fashions. With over 30 years of flooring fashion and solutions, Country Carpet and Flooring makes choosing the right items fun and easy. For the latest design in flooring, call 224-9297 or stop by 414 East Sioux Avenue. Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers 30-plus years of in-home support services to our local communities. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Anderson Rumsa Dental, we want to change the way your family views the dentist. Let us replace your dread of the chair with personal service in a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Using state-of-the-art technology, we offer porcelain crowns completed in 1 day, saving you time and money. Anderson Rumsa Dental, located at 1521 North Harrison Avenue in Pierre. Experience dental procedures performed while you're in a deeply relaxed state, often with no recollection of the time past. Anderson Rumsa Dental. Call us today at 605-224-6111. At 605-224-6111.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors and the Brookings Bobcats, it is a 6-0 lead for Brookings at the half. John Winkler alongside Mendel Miller as the Governors. Only scores in this ball game is the Bobcats' Jay Harris, a interception return for a touchdown about 30 yards out or so. That's the only score of the ball game as we go through these stats, and there's not going to be a whole lot of stats to tell you about, especially for the Governor's side of things. Caleb Lounsbury is 6 of 14 for 37 yards and an interception. He's hit 5 different receivers. Terwilliger's got 2 catches for 15 yards. Staley has a catch for no gain. Carter Shufflebine a catch for 11 yards. Lincoln Dilgitz a catch for 4. And Carson Stosher a catch for 7. On the rushing side of the things for the Governors, Carson Stosher's got 2 carries for 10 yards. Trevor Rouse 3 carries, 2 yards. Caleb Lounsbury has 2 carries for -1 for a total of 48 yards of offense for the Governors in the first half. For the Brookings Bobcats, it is 48 yards on 4 of 6 passing for Gavin Anderson. He's hit 3 different receivers in those 4 catches. Daji Thomas has got a catch for 18 yards. Levante Carter with 2 catches for 2 yards. And Egan Jansen's got the biggest gain of anything for anybody tonight with a catch of 28 yards. Will Conrad has run the ball 11 times for 26 yards. Gavin Anderson has run the ball 6 times for 19 yards. So 48 yards passing, 45 yards rushing, 93 yards of total offense for the Brookings Bobcats. So we have not even seen 150 yards of total offense between these two teams. And Mendel, that for the Governor offense, you know, this is uncharacteristic to see a Governor offense struggle as much as they are in this first half to get things going. Now, there's 2 sides for it. The Governor coaching staff is saying, doesn't matter how good Brookings defense is, we got to be better. On the neutral side of things, and obviously we're pulling for Pierre, but the neutral side of things is you got to give a lot of credit to Brookings because their defense is for real, and they're showing it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a really good scheme going where they're just keeping Pierre in front of them, funneling to their inside linebackers. And, you know, in a game like this where yards are really tough to come by, sometimes it does come down to making the big play on defense. And so far, Brookings has that big play.
The Governors are again, you know, offensively too. They had a couple of good shots here, just didn't quite make everything. But overall, this Governor team, you know, they got to find something here. And the good news is they're down 6-0. While yes, that's not good news to be down 6-0, but they will get the ball to start the second half, and that should bring a lot of adjustments for Coach Steele and the team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a game that's out of reach. You know, it's one possession. Put a few plays together, make a big play yourself on offense, and we did have a couple of big plays available, right? We had two wide open receivers on the same play that they overthrow by a yard or 2, and that's a walk-in touchdown, as you said, from 60, 70 yards. So the plays are there, I think, and it's just a matter of making them.
Pierre Governors, Brookings Bobcats, 6-0 lead for Brookings at the end of the first half as the band is on the field, not Stanford style, but the band's on the field for the Brookings Bobcats. We will step aside. We'll come back in 3 minutes. I'm glad you laughed at that, Mendel. I appreciate
That's
it. Awesome. We'll come back in 3 minutes. We'll have scores from across the state coming up here in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. Sanford Health Pierre Clinic provides comprehensive and convenient care to Pierre, South Dakota, and its surrounding communities. We care for all your health needs, including preventive care, pediatric health, annual checkups, chronic disease care, and more. Schedule an appointment today at 605-224-0369. Ask about our heart health specialists. Visit this clinic on the third Wednesday every month. Sanford Health Clinic, Pierre, 605-224-0369.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Sports. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes from the South Dakota State Capitol building and right down the road from where the Pierre Governors play. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. Go Govs!
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Back here at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium as the Pierre Governors trail at 6-0 at the half to the Brookings Bobcats as the Brookings band still playing on the field. But John McClure alongside Mendel Miller and now Blake Dean, who joins us for the second half. And Blake probably would have been here in the middle of the first quarter or second quarter if we hadn't played the first half in under an hour, as you are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. But Blake, you had a chance to kind of listen on your way out here, and you know, for the Governors, and we mentioned, you know, Mendel and I were talking about too, this Brookings defense is for real.
Yeah, no better crew to listen to than KCCR Sports with John and Mendel on the call. But to your point, I mean, this is a Brookings Bobcat defense that, like you said earlier in the broadcast, John, you know, maybe a little bit of question marks coming in, not necessarily it wasn't necessarily who they were playing, as far as maybe there was a question mark on how good this defense was, but they come out and pitch a shutout in the first half of the Pierre Governors and proving that they are indeed a for-real defense here in Class 11 AA.
98 yards, 93 yards of offense for Brookings, 48 yards for the Governors. And as we start to kind of talk a little bit about the second half, Mendel, I'll start with you here too. What does Pierre need to do offensively to kind of get themselves going? You know, we watched this first half, and there was a couple plays where, you know, if not that the catch was dropped, but if that catch is completed, this offense looks a lot different in this half. What do they need to do in the second half?
Well, I think one of the things they have to realize is what Brookings is doing, and that's taking away the deep stuff. I think there's some underneath stuff they can do. They definitely get the running game going. There's one run from Carson Stoser, and other than that, the running game hasn't been there at all. So try to get the running game going, and then take the 10 and the 12 and the crossing routes and things like that, and just string some first downs together and get some momentum, get some confidence, and make Brookings doubt themselves a little bit.
Well, Blake, this defense for the Governors, they've given up less than 100 yards. They have not given up any points, so you feel pretty good, like your team should be in the lead. Defensively, if you just look at the stats defensively, Governors should have the lead or at least be tied, but yet they're trailing. What does the defense need to do to make sure that they stay where they're at, but also not get frustrated if they continue to get the stops, but the score doesn't tie up?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just to continue what they have been doing all year, John. We talked about it, you know, a couple of games ago. I think that the strength of this year's team is probably going to be on the defensive side of the ball. You know, for so long, the offensive side of the ball for the Pierre Governors was kind of the strength of the team. I think this year it's going to be flipped a little bit, and that the defense will probably be the key. And you saw that on that first drive. You know, Brookings kind of marches the length of the field, and Pierre, you know, stands on their head like they've done basically all season long when they've gotten backed up, caused a turnover on downs. And, you know, I think biggest thing is containing the big play, keeping everything in front of you. And, you know, I think defensive line-wise, Governors have an edge. Always a positive when you have somebody like E.J. Bucci coming off the edge. And linebacker-wise, of course, Coulter Babcock playing fantastic. Sounds like Max Hunsley's flashed a little bit here tonight. Porter Hunsley on the perimeter stepping up, big-time freshman making a lot of big-time plays as well. There's talent on all the levels on the defensive side of the ball. I think biggest thing is making sure you keep everything in front of you and wrapping up guys, not letting them get extra yards.
Scores from around the states. We'll start 11 AA here real quick. Douglas had a 3-0 lead over T. That's now 52-3 in favor of T with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Watertown's got the lead barely over Mitchell, 21-14 at the end of the first half. Harrisburg's got a 21-7 lead over Yankton at the end of the first half. Also at the end of the first half, Aberdeen Central at home against undefeated Spearfish. Aberdeen Central trying to avoid an 0-4 start, which was surprised that they would be 0-3 right now. But it is 7-6. Aberdeen Central leads over Spearfish at the end of the first half. And Huron Sturgis just getting underway over in Huron. Well, at least that's what it shows that they just got underway. I think they started a little bit earlier than that. Other area teams to talk about with their scores. Miller Highmore Herald, they're down 27-0 to Aberdeen Roncalli with 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Got a lot of toilet paper all over the all over Miller right now.
Absolutely, lining the streets.
Yeah, it is 9 AA scores for you. Jones County leading New Underwood 8-0. Stanley County's got a 16-12 lead in that second quarter, I believe it is, but they got a 16-12 lead. 9A, a couple of games. It is, one team that Sully Buttes will be seeing here soon, Harriet Selby area. It's 22-0, Timberlake leading Harriet Selby area. Also, it is a Phillip lead over Kadoka, 6-0. Lyman and Bennett County, they're scheduled to get started here shortly as they were looking at 8 o'clock Central Time. Avon beat Cologne 72-6 earlier today. Coleman Egan over Sioux Falls Lutheran 60-6. Gayville Vollen beat Irene Wakanda 56-20. And in 9B, it is a Sully Buttes leading 30-0 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter over the Potter County Battlers in that rivalry game up in Hoven, as Sully Buttes is all over the Battlers trying to make it to a 4-0 start for the Chargers on the season. So that's a look at some scores from around the states. We've got less than 3 minutes before we get started in the second half. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the third quarter. You listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hi, I'm South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley. If you are a crime victim, there is a way you can stay updated on your case. Crime victims can access the statewide Automated Victim Information and Notification System, or SAVIN. This free service provides victims with important criminal information and notifications. For more information, call 1-844-299-4608 or go to savin.sd.gov.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
Red Rosa Italian Grill invites you to check out all the amazing things they have to offer. They are more than just delicious food. They have a full bar featuring one of the largest whiskey and bourbon selections in the area. Stop down for happy hour daily from 3 to 6. Lunch specials are served from 11 to 2 during the week. Open Monday through Thursday 11 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 11 to 10. Red Rosa Italian Grill, located at 808 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre.
Crunch early, crunch late. Like worn leather boots on a trail. Crunch like a pastry knife through pie crust. Or steel-toed boots at a construction site. Here's to the ones that come through when the pressure's on. When it's crunch time, so to speak. For you, we do more than run the numbers. We crunch them.
This is Stephanie Sanchez, your mortgage loan officer at First Fidelity Bank, serving Pierre and Fort Pierre. I'm ready to crunch some numbers for you.
Wherever you're born to be, Stephanie was born to help you get there. First Fidelity, born to bank. Equal housing lender.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governor said the Brookings Bobcats. It is a 6-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard for the Brookings Bobcats. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean with Mendo Miller still in the broadcast booth with us, but it will be Blake that will join us for the second half. as the Governors will get the ball to start the second half here, as they, I believe, will go from left to right on your radio dial, as the Govs will be looking for a little bit better second half offense here. 48 yards, 37 through the air, just 11 on the ground. And the Govs, that, again, this Bobcat defense, you thought maybe for a second, was it going to be just their competition that Brookings was played, that the Governors were able to power through? But right now, it's not showing who they're playing. It's that this Bobcat team is, that defense is for real.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a defense that is flying around, making a lot of plays, really has contained the running game of the Governors well to this point. To your point, only as far as rushing attack, the Governors only have 11 yards of total rushing offense to this point in the first half. And when you make an offense one-dimensional like that, when you take away one aspect of the offense, you know, that's just setting yourself up for success on the defensive side of the football, and the Bobcats are showing that they have done that thus far to this point.
Well, the Governors lost their first 11 AA games since the 2021 season last week. And Blake, since I've been here for the Pierre Governors, I've not seen Pierre lose back-to-back football games. So it's at least back to the 2017 season before you can start talking about them losing back-to-back games. So the Governors right now down 6-0. They've got work in front of them here to start the second half. Carson Stosher and Carter Scheffelbein will both be back deep to return this kick. Drew Johnson will kick this one away. It'll be a short kick, fair catch called for and caught by Aiden Beam at the 31-yard line. That's where the Governors will start their first drive of the second half. And we'll see what the Governors can do here offensively after the pick six in the second to final drive of that first half. The Bobcats have not scored, nobody scored offensively at all. It's just a 6-0 lead. The Governors are going to try and maybe establish the run here early on in this second half. Trevor Rounds in the backfield here for the Governors. Actually, Carter Merrill will be in the backfield here for Pierre to start this second half. He's going to get the handoff, trying to find a hole, but he's wrapped up. He was being able to be pushed forward by the offensive line to get a couple extra yards, and Carter Merrill's got a gain of about 6, make that 5 on that first down run. And that big offensive line for the Governors helping out.
Yeah, that's just a good job of second effort there by Carter Merrill. He was wrapped up near the line of scrimmage or pretty close to it. He's able to keep the legs churning and pick himself up a gain of 5 yards on the official scoreboard here.
So 2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line. Merrill still in the backfield here as Stalley goes across the line in motion to the far side of the field. From the pistol, toss here for Merrill. He's going to get out to the left side, cuts it back for a first down. There's a big gain out to the 44-yard line, 45-yard line. Governors pick up a big one here. Carter Merrill, 2 runs and 2 big runs for Merrill.
Yeah, just seeing the C's kind of part in front of him is Carter Merrill, and he's taking that hole, moving the chains for the first down, and that's going to be really huge if this running game opens up, because that'll open up the playbook for the pass game a little bit as well.
Gain of 9, Merrill a 3rd straight run. He spins off of a tackler, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards. He's picked up 16 yards now on 3 carries, which is more than what the Governors had in well, that have been 7 carries in the first half. He's already got 16 and 3 carries. That's a good start here for the Governors. 1 rushing, but for Merrill, who had not touched the ball in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Just making a change at running back did the Governors, and Carter Merrill is making the most of his opportunity so far.
Stalley again will go across the line here to the near side. It'll be a play action. Lounsbury running. The throw will be up over the head of Terwilliger. It'll fall incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 8. It'll be the 6th straight miss here for Caleb Lounsbury. That time avoided the sack, but just barely out of the outstretched reach of Terwilliger.
Yeah, just a little bit behind Terwilliger was that throw from Lounsbury. Like you said, your point, he was kind of flushed out to his right on the bootleg and didn't get his feet set to throw, got it a little bit behind Terwilliger. Hard to throw behind Terwilliger with him being as big as he is, but a little bit behind him there, now 3rd and 8.
And the Governors will get 5 yards as there will be a jump, and it will be a encroachment against Brookings.
Yeah, that hard count has really, really been effective for Lounsbury to this point.
Well, the referee's mic was not turned on, so it'll be just a 5-yard penalty. It was defensive tackle and Josiah Thomas, I believe, that went through. Maybe it might have been Egan Jensen that ended up jumping early, but it is 3rd down and 3 now for the Governors inside Brookings territory from the 47-yard line. Make that the 48-yard line. Pistol formation here. Play clock is still at 25. Game clock at 10:11 here in the 3rd quarter. Twilliger is here on the near side at the end of the line. Stalley will go in motion, coming here to the near side. Pistol formation. 10 seconds to the play clock. Handoff here for Merrill again. He's got the 1st down inside the 45-yard line. He's able to fall forward after he's got hit in the back, but he was able to fall forward to the 42. A gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Governors.
Yeah, just a draw play there, and Merrill saw the opening on the right side of the offensive line, sneaks through it for a gain of about 5 and a 1st down. Fresh set of downs for the Govs here as they are now marching into Brookings territory with the ball spotted on the Bobcat 42.
1st and 10 here for the Governors. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Twilliger go in motion. Governors will move a couple guys away, and now it'll be Merrill again on the toss play. He's got another big hole on the left side as he stayed inside the tackle, got to the 35, 36-yard line, a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down and 4.
You know, this is kind of reminiscent of what the Govs did last year. You know, Brock Mosier starting tailback for the first few games of the year, and then Trey Lewis kind of slowly but surely took over a little bit of the workload from Mosier, and they kind of split carries the rest of the way. But Trey Lewis actually saw him in the elevator on the way up here to the press box. Favorite fullback in the state last year, and Carter Merrill is kind of doing that same thing.
Then he fumbles the football, though, and it pops out and right into the hands of the Brookings Bobcats. It'll be a turnover, fumble recovered. It'll be by number 4 and Charlie Bisgard, and it's 1st and 10. Actually, make that, I believe, number 19 and number 18 in Bassmeyer. As it'll be 1st and 10 now for Brookings, and that drive unfortunately comes to an end a lot sooner than the Governors were hoping for.
Yeah, somebody just put their hat right on the football, and Merrill coughs it up, like you said, to your point. Ball recovered on the 30-yard line of the Bobcats by Brookings, and they will take over from there.
Gavin Anderson here for the Bobcats. Still 6-0 lead in American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. A handoff for Conrad. He's got a big hole and a big 1st down carry out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 7. And it's 2nd down and 3. And we'll see if maybe both teams have kind of pounded their way to this point of wearing down the defensive line a little bit and extending runs a little bit farther out.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just kind of a power run off left tackle for Conrad, and he's able to pick up a gain of 7 officially, making it 2nd and 3 from the Bobcat 37.
8:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation again here for the Bobcats. Snap for Anderson. Handoff again for Conrad. Almost had the ball stripped away from him. Porter Hunsley comes in to make the tackle, as it was then Hudson Schaefer with the ball being popped up by Conrad. A gain of 1, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was Sharon or LaRoque that looked like they got their hand on Conrad first there. And you're right, maybe almost got another strip of a running back in 3 plays, 2nd strip in 3 plays. But a good job by the Governor perimeter of containing Conrad and only allowing him to pick up a gain of 1.
Time is on the side for the Brookings Bobcats, but it's 3rd down and 2 right now from their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers out far side, shotgun formation. Handoff here, going up the middle, trying to power their way for a 1st down, as that was given to Mason Mathis. His 1st carry gets to the 41, a gain of 3 and a 1st down.
Yeah, just a good job of effort there by Mathis, running right behind the left tackle of the Bobcats and picking up just enough, maybe about a half yard enough to move the chains for Brookings and pick up a fresh set of downs with 7:17 to go and clock rolling here in this 3rd quarter. Ball spotted on the 41 of the Bobcats.
4th play of the drive here for the Brookings Bobcats, working from right to left. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers here on the near side, 3 down linemen for the Governors. Man goes in motion. That is Carter. They're going to pitch it to him. He's going to be a completed pass. He's going to be hit hard by Porter Hunsley. ran right through Levante Carter for no gain on that catch and the jet sweep pass, and Hunsley laid a big hit.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to officially give him maybe a gain of 1 there, but this kid's a freshman, folks, and he is a monster. Watching him play in middle school, I've told John this off air. He looked like, a grown man playing 7th grade sports, and you're seeing why he's on the field right now as a true freshman starting at defensive back for the Governors, making a huge tackle in open space there.
6 foot, 160-pound freshman. That's a pretty good size to have as a freshman. Here's a handoff, and Conrad's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Jacob Mickinen got to him first. It's a loss of 2, and it's 3rd down 11 from the 40.
And from the freshman to the senior making plays, Jacob Mickinen with a huge game last week on the defensive side of the football against Watertown Arrows, double-digit tackles, a couple of sacks as well. And he's again flashing here in this football game on the defensive line for the Govs, wrapping up the tailback in the backfield behind the sticks, setting up 3rd and 11 with 5:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter with the ball spotted at the Bobcat 40.
I want to remind you, too, that in the post-game show, we usually talk with at least Coach Steele, if not players, but because of where we're at, how high up we are here at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, there is no coach's interview in the post-game show to just be a full recap. Here's Anderson looking to pass on 3rd down, throwing it down the field, out to the sideline. Good hand battle and incomplete, no flag thrown. Carson Stocher breaks it up in coverage as they're looking to go to Dadgie Thomas, and it's 4th down and long here for Brookings.
Yeah, that was just a suffocation job by Carson Stocher on the far side of the field, taking away any chance of that pass being completed, forcing the receiver to the sideline, turning back, looking for the ball, batting it away. Excellent job of coverage by number 0.
So it'll be 4th down and 11. 2 guys back deep here for the Governors as they have George Stalley and Carter Shufflebine back deep here for the Govs. Drew Johnson on for the punt. It'll come here to Shufflebine at the 20-yard line. He's going to try and get around one man. He's going to get to the 20, back to the 20, to the 25, far side of the field, the 35 to the 40. 45, he gets to midfield before he is hit out of bounds, and the Governors have good field position here at the 50-yard line for their next drive.
Yeah, just a good job of vision and returning there by Shufflebine. Able to make the first man miss. The gunner coming from the near side of the field. He's able to turn it up around the outside of the field on the far side and get the ball right to midfield. So a fantastic return for the Govs. They only have to march 50 yards to tie this ball game up and potentially take the lead if they're able to boot the PAT through.
1st and 10 from their own 50-yard line, or I guess on their side of the 50-yard line. 5:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Governors still have 17 minutes worth of game time to try at least get a tying touchdown and then go for the extra point to take the lead, but they've got plenty of time still on their hands. Carter Merrill at the toss. He's got a 1st down inside the 40-yard line into Brookings territory as he gets to the 38. He gained a 12 on that 1st down run, and Carter Merrill outside the fumble has looked really good with 40 yards and 7 carries.
Yeah, absolutely. Merrill, the junior, listed at 5'11 and 175 in your program. But he's got some burst coming out of the backfield, picking up 12 there to your point, setting up another fresh set of downs for the Govs with the ball on the Bobcat 38 and 4:35 to go in this 3rd quarter.
Just one pass so far here for the Governors in this 2nd half, as they've been able to get something working on the ground game. Merrill again with the handoff. He cuts it out left side, cuts it back inside from George Stalley, who had the block. He gets to the 31-yard line for Merrill. Another good gain of 7 yards. They're going to spot him at the 32. So a gain of 6 officially, and it's 2nd down and 4.
And this is one of the things we talked about, right? Establishing the ground game, because that's going to open up the passing book later on down the line. I think you're seeing the Govs really, really hammer run, because that's going to be what the Bobcats focus on, and you might set up a play-action pass here in the next couple plays.
2nd and 4 from the 32. In pistol formation, Merrill another handoff right up the middle. He's got another 1st down, trying to hang on to that football, and it's going to be to the 26-yard line, and gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Governors.
But then again, if you keep moving it at 5-6 yards a chunk, you don't need to throw the football. Carter Merrill is coming in and really taking control of this football game, running behind the Governor offensive line, who have really come out with an attitude in this 2nd half, really establishing the point of attack here are the big guys in green up front.
Farthest drive that the Governors have had into Brookings territory. They're going to go play action. Actually, they're going to toss it. Merrill dropped it. He was able to pick it back up, trying to stay on his feet, but he had it hit hard as he goes back to the 31-yard line, a loss of 5, and it's 2nd down 11 as the Bobcats got to it quickly. And thankfully for the Governors, it's just a loss of 5 and not another turnover.
Yeah, setting up 2nd and 15 here on that missed toss between Lounsbury and Merrill, and now you're going to see the Govs run empty here. Potentially maybe setting up a quarterback draw up the middle just to pick up the lost yardage, but they could put the ball in the air here as well.
Stosher will be in the backfield now as they'll go back to the pistol as he moves from that near side. He'll get the toss. Stosher will try and cut it to the outside or outside the numbers, and he'll get inside the 30 to the 29. Picked up 2 of those yards back, and it's 3rd down and long here. George Staley came up hopping a little bit, maybe got stepped on a little bit. Hopefully not so much more than being stepped on or a cramp, but it's 3rd down and long here for the Governors.
And you got to think that this is going to be 4-down territory regardless, so I think Govs may look to pick up like 5 or 6 yards on this 3rd down play right here. Empty backfield for Lounsbury with 2:06 to go and the clock rolling here in this 3rd quarter.
We'll see if maybe they can get the Bobcats to jump here. Instead, it'll be a quick pass, shuffle by with the catch on a screen pass. He's got nowhere to go. Surrounding the football, but making the big tackle is Charlie Bisgard. A gain of just 1, and it's 4th down and 12 here for the Governors.
So we'll see what the Govs draw up here on 4th down. You got to think that they're going to go for it right here. Looks like they're bringing in a lot of receivers. Terwilliger's going to split out wide. Bucci's going to stay near the tight end spot. And it looks like you got Dilges Scheffelbein, and I didn't catch the other number out there.
I believe it's Stosher that's in right now here for the Governors. So 4 wide receivers set with a tight end. The throw looking for the end zone is going to be overthrown to the back of the end zone. It's intercepted, and it's going to be end up more of a punt for the Governors because it moves them 8 yards back, but another interception as that's Will Conrad that will intercept Lounsbury's pass in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, maybe that was by design because it looked like Stosher kind of slowed up on that route after the pass was already released by Lounsbury, and the ball was intercepted by Conrad. Ball's going to stay out to the 20. That actually works probably more in favor of the Govs because Bobcats would have taken an extra 10 yards if they let that thing fall incomplete. So it does work into the favor of the Govs, and the Bobcats have got to march 80 yards down the field instead of 70.
With only 1:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Brookings takes over at their own 20-yard line. Play clock already down to 7. Coach Clark might be having to use one of his timeouts. They're trying to get to that line quickly, and Coach Clark is going to have to take that timeout. And one that drives coaches nuts is the start of a possession, and you don't get the snap off, whether it be a delay game or you take your penalty. There's gray hairs are out of those kind of timeouts.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate when you're coming out of a timeout or just a turnover of possession and you don't get the snap off and you have to burn a timeout, because especially in the second half in a close game like this, those timeouts become valuable. And to your point, Brookings has to burn one here. They do have 2 remaining left in the second half, but it does drive coaches crazy when you take a timeout that's not necessarily necessary.
1:17 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Governors are down 6-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. Still looking for that first touchdown, and this has been a very defensive sound game for both these teams. The offenses have just not been able to find a rhythm to the point of being able to sustain the full drive. You've had a couple of big plays for Brookings. You've had a long drive there for the Governors that got them around the red zone, but nothing of any kind of offensive touchdown. Just a pick 6 for the Bobcats that have got them that 6-0 lead. Conrad gets the first handoff here. He spins off the first tackle. He's able to get to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 as we approach the 1-minute mark of this 3rd quarter.
And John, to your point earlier about the Govs' consecutive losses, you do have to go back to October of 2017, the last time the Govs lost consecutive games, those being to the Roosevelt Rough Riders by 6 and Aberdeen Central by 3.
believe that was Coach Steele's first year as head coach too. So Coach Steele has not really has only seen just one time in that coaching staff in his tenure of 2 straight losses. Here is Anderson looking to pass down the field. Might have a man. The catch is going to be made over the head of Kellen Hansen. And it's going to be a flag that's thrown too. But Levante Carter makes an impressive grab at the Governor 38-yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to get Hansen for pass interference because he didn't whip his head back around. Fantastic play there by Carter coming back to the ball.
On the defense. That penalty's declined. There's no players, first down.
40-yard pass from Gavin Anderson to Levante Carter to the Governor 35-yard line. That almost doubles their passing total from the first half to where it is now 89 yards passing here for Gavin Anderson on 6 of 9 throwing. And it's 1st and 10 from the Governor 35 with 18 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And I think Anderson is saying, let's just take this to the fourth quarter. The momentum is on the side for the Bobcats. Game clock is down to 10 seconds. Governors don't want to let their guard down quite yet, just to make sure there is no quick snap by anybody. But that will take us to the fourth quarter. It is a 6-0 lead for the Brookings Bobcats, driving in the Governor territory as we head to the fourth. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Brookings 35-yard line. Make that the Governor 35-yard line as Brookings is trying to drive. There is a first play to good tackle for no gain as the Governor defensive line got up to Will Conrad quickly. Elijah Bucci, along with also Jacob Mickinen on the tackle, and no gain on that first down run.
Yeah, good job of bottling up Conrad there by the 2 seniors in Bucci and Mickinen. Setting up 2nd and 10 from the Governor 35 with the play clock now, or the game clock now running after that first run from Conrad.
Fourth quarter here, the Governors down 6-0. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation, as it will be Anderson that will take the snap, looking to pass, rolling to his left, still rolling. Now he's going to throw to the sideline. That was batted away at the last second. Conrad was the intended receiver, and trying to see who it was. It was Kellen Hansen, who was slow to get up. And the Governors, they won't have to take a timeout, an injury timeout, because he's already on the sideline. Well, the Governors have to get somebody in place of Kellen Hansen for this third down play from the 35.
And that really hurts because Kellen Hansen has been a fantastic safety all year for the Govs, and it'll be a big loss if he's out for an extended period of time.
Well, hopefully it was maybe just the wind got knocked out of him as he fell and maybe fell on top of the chain gang. 3rd down and 10 for the 35, 11:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Anderson with the Governors trying to show blitz. Bucci trying to come off the edge. He's trying to chase down Anderson. Still with him. He will throw him down for a big sack. Back to the 41-yard line, a loss of 6, and it's 4th down and very long for Brookings, and should bring up the punting unit.
And it was only a matter of time before E.J. Bucci was going to get to the quarterback and wrap him up behind the line of scrimmage. He is relentless coming off the edge for the Govs, and you see why he is getting some looks to play college football at the next level, because he's relentless, he's got a super high motor, and just wrapped up the quarterback in the backfield for a loss of a lot.
So 4th down, punt here from Johnson. It'll be right in the middle of the field, and it's quickly grabbed by the Bobcats. Actually, probably was okay because Carson Stosher was running alongside the man who picked it up for Brookings, and thankfully it didn't hit off of Carson Stosher. So the Governors will start at their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, Bisgard was the one that downed it. Bisgard and Stosher were running step for step, and ball bounces right into the hands of Bisgard, thankfully, as opposed to Stosher. So Govs will set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Got to march 85 yards down the field, and I'm going to guess you're going to see a heavy dose of Carter Merrill because that has been the spark in the second half that the Governors have needed to move the ball on offense.
Yeah, it's 10:20 left to go. Still plenty of time here for the Governors to try and march down the field for just one score to try and tie the ball game up. Merrill will get the handoff here, cuts to the near side as he's run out of bounds. He will stay inbounds for the clock to continue to run, but a gain of 4 to the 19 as Merrill's picked up now 51 yards on 11 carries. And that is, I mean, for the Governors who had 239 yards rushing through 3 games, Merrill has been their best runner at this point throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a spark in the running game that the Govs really haven't had in the first 3 games, and he's making a strong case for himself to be the main tailback going forward.
Merrill will get the handoff again. He's got enough to make it 3rd down and 2, a gain of 3 for Merrill, and 3rd and 2 from the 18-yard line.
Now, always positive yards for Merrill. I don't think I've seen him have a negative play yet other than on the botched toss play from Lounsbury. He just always is falling forward and reading his blocks well up front.
And a gain of 4 to make it 3rd down and 2. That's a high snap off the hands of Lounsbury. He's going to try and pick it up and run with it. He's got nowhere to go, though. He's going to be wrapped up. He's going to get back to that near original line of scrimmage. A loss of 5, and it's 4th down and 9, and the Governors have to punt the ball away.
Just a backbreaker, an absolute backbreaker. You're 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. You're really close to picking up a 1st down and moving the chains, and the ball is snapped over the head of the quarterback, and it takes you back, essentially back to the line of scrimmage, and so you're going to have to punt it away here, backed up in your own territory.
Loss of 7 as Twilliger will try and punt it away. Spiraling kick, fielded at the 50-yard line for Thomas. He's going to get to the 40 to around the 35-yard line where he's going to get an extra push. He's still on his feet somehow. He broke free. He's going to get to the 30-yard line before he's finally wrapped up. I don't know how he broke free with the massive humanity that he was able to spin off of, and Brookings will only have to go 30 yards to try and make this, 31 yards to try and make this a 2-score ball game.
Yeah, Dadji Thomas, what a return on that one. He took that thing back, and like you said, he was wrapped up well behind the line of, or at about the 40-yard line, and he somehow wiggled his way out and picked up an extra 10 yards before the Governor's special teams was able to bring him down. And just an excellent play on special teams, and Brookings so far winning the game on both the defensive side of the ball and special teams. 2/3 of this game have gone in favor of the Bobcats.
So 1st and 10 for the 31. Anderson was looking to pass. He had the pump fake. Now he throws with middle. The ball is going to be off the hands of Levante Carter. It almost fell to the lap of number 14 and Ezra Eldom, but it will be incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10 as the somewhat of a pump fake almost got the Governors binding on it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really nice play design to get Carter in space, and on a post route there coming into the middle of the field. Just a little bit of an overthrow there, and that was, maybe inches away from the Bobcats taking a 2-score lead.
2 receivers on each side, shotgun formation here at 2nd and 10. The throw coming over the middle. That ball is going to be incomplete. It bounced to the turf as Dadji Thomas was trying to say he made the catch, but it does fall incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 10. And the Brookings fans displeased on that call against them, but it's 3rd and 10 here for the 31.
Yeah, it looked from our angle like Thomas, it was kind of a 50-50 ball, but ball was near enough to the turf where the official, the side judge over here on the near side of the field, said, nope, you trapped it, you didn't catch it. And so 3rd and 10 for the Bobcats after 2 incomplete passes in a row that both were very, very close to being completions.
8:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers out far side. Shotgun formation, 3 down linemen for the Governors. As it'll be looking to pass is Anderson. He's flush in the pocket. He's going to try and run with it to pick up a first down. He is hit hard. He got inside the 25 to the 24, and it's going to be 4th down for Brookings, and where they're sitting at, probably going to go for it, as it was the man to run him down in Johnny Sharon. Are they going to try and maybe kick the field goal here?
Yeah, that was a good, nice job there by Anderson, extending the play with his legs, and I don't think so. It looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field. To your point, John, to your question, it is 4th and a long 3. And the Bobcats are deep enough in Governor territory, and they feel pretty confident about their defense that why wouldn't you go for it and try to extend the drive?
They have to get to the 21-yard line. They're sitting at the 24 right now here for in the Governor territory. And goes in motion in Carter. They're going to pitch it out to him. He's going to be wrapped up. Got to near the line, but the Governors with a big hit to keep him a yard short, and they're going to get a turnover on downs.
Coulter Babcock got his hands on him first. Huge play by the senior linebacker, and that might have saved the game if the Governors are able to march down the length of the field and score the ball and potentially take the lead here in this fourth quarter. Huge play by the senior. Got the hands on him first, kept him in Carter from picking up the first down, allowing his guys to get to the football, and giving the ball back to the Governor offense.
So now it's 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. A gain of just 1 on that 4th down play. Called it maybe a gain of 2, but the Governors will have it and need to drive 77 yards here to try and tie this ball game up with 7:19 to go. Looking for a quick pass. Shuffleby will catch it in space on a screen pass. He gets to the 30-yard line, just shy of the 30-yard line, a gain of about 7, and it's 2nd down and 3 here for the Governors.
Yeah, that's just probably a confidence play to get Lounsbury feeling good on the quick screen pass to Shuffleby out in space. He picks up 7. The Govs have been so run heavy that the Bobcat defensive backs might be playing on their heels a little bit.
2 receivers out on the far side of the field as Lounsbury looking to pass, looking over the middle, lobs it downfield for Terwilliger. It's going to be intercepted as it was overthrown, and it's going to be Charlie Bisgard to pick up the interception, and the Bobcats will take over at their own 41-yard line. 3rd interception of the ball game for Lounsbury.
Yeah, another overthrow there from Lounsbury. We've talked about it basically all season. He's missed most of his throws long, and Brookings has really scouted that well because that's their 3rd interception of a pass that has been over the head of the Governor receiver.
So 1st and 10 now from the 41-yard line. Brookings is, again, with 6:39 to go. They're going to probably want to run the football a little bit more and take as much time off the clock as they can. From the 41, the shotgun handoff for Will Conrad. It'll be a gain of about 5 to around the 46, 47-yard line on a good first down carry there for the Bobcats with this defense for the Governors. Maybe get a little bit weary, but trying to bear down at least one more time to get a stop, a gain of 6.
Yeah, trying to stand on their heads like they've done all season. This is a big, big statement drive for both this Governor defense and the Bobcat offense, trying to give the Govs their 2nd consecutive loss in back-to-back games for the first time since October 19th of 2017.
As we roll to the 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, 6-0 lead for Brookings. 2nd and 4 from the 47-yard line in Brookings territory. Shotgun formation, play clock got down to 2. It's going to be a keeper here by Anderson. He's going to get out past the 50-yard line. He slides down so he can stay inbounds and keep that clock running. A savvy play by the junior quarterback to make sure that he stayed inbounds, but also pick up the first down as he gets to the Governor 46.
Yeah, that's just a really heady play by Gavin Anderson. To your point, giving himself up after he picks up the first down, moves the chains, stays inbounds, and the clock continues to move, now approaching 5.5 minutes here in the football game, with the score being 6-0 in favor of Brookings.
All 3 timeouts still in the back pocket for Coach Steve Steele. Brookings with 2 timeouts, although they don't necessarily need those timeouts right now unless something changes and the Governors would tie or take the lead. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers here on the near side. Low snap, ball's on the ground, but Brookings picks it back up. Will Conrad fell on top of it. It'll be a loss of a 2 or 3. There is a Brookings player without a helmet, so he'll have to come off the field. But maybe a loss. They're going to call a loss of 2, and it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Elijah Bucci was very, very close to making her fumble recovery at about midfield.
They have number 54 for the Brookings Bobcats, and the center in Cohen Beinhorn will come off with his helmet coming off. He has to come off for a play. So now you have a new center in for the Bobcats. That could be a difference in a play like this.
Absolutely.
2nd and 12. You just had a low snap that almost was taken away by the Governors. Now you get a new center that comes in. Trying to look at the number. That's going to be number 52 in Zach Higman. That will be the center. Play clock is down to 7. Shotgun formation. He comes in cold. But the snap is going to be a good one. A handoff for Conrad. He's going to pick up those yards back. He's going to pick up a couple extra yards as he was hit and thrown back by Max Hunsley, as he had a little bit of help with some other Governors in there. But it's going to be a gain of about 7, and it's 3rd down and manageable here for the Bobcats. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, combo tackle by the Hunsley brothers, Max and Porter, stopping Conrad for after a gain of 5 officially. Setting up 3rd and 6 here for the Bobcats. I guess gain of 6 technically. So 3rd and 6 for the Bobcats. 3:45 to go. Clock continues to roll with the ball on the Governor 42-yard line.
And all of a sudden, timeouts start to be a little bit of a factor here for the Governors, and trying to use those timeouts efficiently and effectively, whether it be on defense or can hold it for the offense. 3rd and 6 from the 42. This is one of the biggest plays in this ball game. Handoff for Conrad. He steps through one man. He's going to be run down by Porter Hunsley, and it'll be 4th down, a gain of maybe a half yard, and it's 4th down and 5. Conrad is a little slow to get up. He's holding his arm down by his waist, and the Bobcats will punt this one away. A gain of 1 officially for Conrad. Hope that his arm is okay. Not how you like to see it, though, as he's running off the field. But it will be a punt here for Brookings.
Yeah, that's potentially a huge loss here for Brookings if Conrad is not able to continue, because he has played both ways here tonight and has been exceptional in his role as running back and as a safety.
2:40 left to go and counting here. 4th down. Johnson will punt this one away. See if the Governors, they're not going to get any kind of return on this. It's going to take a Governor hop, though. It's going to be picked up at the Governor 28-yard line, and Pierre will have to try and go 72 yards with 2:31 to go in this 4th quarter. All it is a touchdown to tie it up. Extra point will be the bonus of taking the lead. They don't need the touchdown and the extra point to tie it up. They just need a touchdown to get this thing tied with 2:31 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a huge drive, not only for this ball game, but really for the Governor season, John. This could boil down to, how successful is this team going to be the rest of the way.
3 receivers here on the near side. Empty backfield here for Lounsbury. 1st and 10 from the 28. Throw over the middle. That's another interception. It's going to be picked off again for the 4th time. Out to the 4, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. It's a second pick 6, and Brookings will lead it by 2 scores. Picked off by number 46, Gabriel Stern, and it's a 12-0 lead here for Brookings.
Yeah, I think Lounsbury just stared down the guy that he was trying to throw the ball to pretty much the whole way, and Gabriel Stern read that the entire way, picked it off, and actually did a nice job of telling his guys who to scout for and who to block, because Lounsbury had a chance to make a tackle on him, and he had a blocker out front, was able to pick up Lounsbury, and he scampers into the end zone. The checkerboard here at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium and SDSU's campus, and the extra point is through the uprights and good. Score 13-0 Brookings with 2:16 to go here in the 4th quarter.
We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
So Jay Harris and now Gabriel Stern with 2 pick sixes against the Governors and a 13-0 lead for Brookings on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard with 2:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, Mendel Miller running the camera. Emma Thielen back at the station as the Govs. Now, Blake, it is go for it all right away. You got to get 2 scores in 2:16. You still have all 3 timeouts, but you've got to be very quick to get that first touchdown on the board here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's almost got to be a quick strike on the first play or the second play on this drive for the Govs to have any chance in this ball game. And you know, just a tough break overall for the Governor offense on the first play on the potential game-tying drive to be picked off and taken the rest of the way. And so, you know, like you said, it's got to be an all-or-nothing drive here for the Govs on this upcoming drive. And we'll see if they can score quickly.
It'll be a short kick. It'll be called for another fair catch by Aiden Beam, who will grab it at the 24-yard line. And so the Governors will have to go 76 yards to try and get within 1 score now. Not even to tie the ball game up. They're going to go 76 yards to get within 1 score. 2:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. At this point, any turnover, whether it be on downs, any turnover at all, that's a game sealer.
Yep.
And the Govs got to find the end zone here. Brookings is looking for their 4th defensive shutout of the season. Only 1 pick 6 against them. The only points given up all year for the Brookings Bobcats. Lounsbury like to take the snap as he'll step back. The throw comes to the near side. Schuffelbein makes the catch. Now we get a flag that's thrown in.
Possibly a false start, I'm guessing, because it's thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Unless somebody was offside or too many guys on the line. But it was a gain of 8 as it stands right now. Unless they're going to give a sideline warning maybe to Brookings.
Or maybe somebody was covered up on the line, to your point, maybe too many guys on the line.
An eligible receiver downfield for the Governors. So we'll see here the call from the official.
An eligible receiver downfield on the offense. Number 1. It's a 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
So Elijah Bucci is the one that's called for it, which would assume that he was covered up on the line, which is why he became an ineligible receiver.
Yeah, it looked like he was, you know, covering up the tackle pretty good, and the side judge spotted it right away and threw the flag right as the ball was snapped.
So now it's 1st and 15 with 2:11 to go. Lounsbury looked to pass again. Now he'll throw it downfield. That's going to be overthrown, and it will fall incomplete. Looking for Carson Stosher. Will Conrad was in coverage, and it's 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, good to see Conrad back on the field after he came off the last offensive drive for the Bobcats, you know, really holding that arm. But to your point, closest one to football was Conrad, and he was very, very close to picking it off and basically sealing this ball game.
2:05 to go. 2nd and 15 from the Governor 19-yard line. They're going to go now 81 yards. They're over the middle. That's going to be missing for George Stalley. And it's 3rd down and 15. And I think for Caleb Lounsbury, it's got to be a deep breath and to try and resettle yourself a little bit. It's obviously the confidence probably not quite there. And you know, junior quarterback making his 4th start of his high school career. The confidence level is probably a little bit low. And he's got to just take a deep breath and go for it here. It's, you know, nothing to lose at this point, down 13-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Just air it out.
Here is a 3rd down throw. Stalley will make the catch. He's at the 29-yard line. His forward progress has stopped. Now the Governors have to move rather quickly here with 1:50 to go. But it's going to be 4th down and 5 from the 29-yard line, a gain of 10.
Yeah, that was just smart play there drawn up by Coach Steele to pick up the chunk play and set up a manageable 4th down.
Here's a shotgun formation. The throw, that's going to be off the hands. It's incomplete. Wasn't to the sticks anyway. And it will be incomplete. Turnover on downs. And the Governors are going to fall to 2-2 in the season. And back-to-back losses with now Yankton coming up next week and homecoming. And again, the road's not going to get any easier here for the Pierre Governors. Their next 2 games against Yankton and O'Gorman. Really tough opponents coming up to Hollister Field next week.
Yeah, just a Again, kind of a pass that looked like it was the first read was the running back in the flat, and Phoenix Sather, the junior, making the play, defensive back on the running back there, breaking it up, and he almost took that thing back for another pick six for Brookings.
Governors still have all 3 timeouts. Brookings needs to pick up just 1 first down to try and seal this. As a handoff will be here for Will Conrad. It comes to the near side. He is outside the numbers. He's going to be held up, and will Coach Steele take a timeout or not? He will. He will use that first timeout as Lincoln Schoenhardt helping with the tackle. A gain of 5, and it's 2nd down and 5 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that's one thing about Coach Steele, John, is he's not going to – you're never going to see him throw in the towel when the game is, technically still winnable, because one bad snap, the ball can be returned for the Govs, and it's a 1-score ball game. They've got a chance to get the onside kick and potentially tie it up.
1:20 left to go here in the 4th quarter. It is 2 timeouts left for Coach Steele and the Pierre Governors, but a first down seals the ball game. The Governors won't be able to stop the clock enough times after that to be able to get the ball back. So Brookings just needs 1 first down, and for the 4th straight week, Brookings has not given up a defensive touchdown. Only 1 score against them. They're going to go to 4-0, and now the questions are going to be: is Brookings a little bit more for real than what they thought, or the Governors have a lot more work than what they thought, or if everybody else is starting to catch up to the Governors, where you thought, well, it still appears to lose. Now with Watertown getting a win, maybe Brookings getting a win in back-to-back weeks, and minute 20 left for that to be a fact. And the Governors are going to go to 2-2, and the Pierre's going to search for themselves for the first time since 2017. No Pierre team has had to even think about 2 straight losses since 2017.
Yeah, this is going to be a big week of soul searching for the Govs. But to your point, this might be a wake-up call to the rest of the state that Brookings is for real this year.
Gets to the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down and 1. As Mathis will pick up those 4 yards, and the Governors need a big 3rd down stop here with 1:14 to go and just 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, 1 yard ends the game right here for the Bobcats, and Govs would take their 2nd timeout of the half with 1:14 to go.
So the Bobcats have 91 yards of offense through the air and have picked up 87 yards of offense on the ground, so nothing of over 100 yards each. And obviously the Governors have not been able to get to that point where they barely have 100 yards of total offense right now, with 55 yards from Carter Merrill and 55 yards passing with Caleb Lounsbury and a couple of extra 6 yards or so. So not a whole lot of offense for the Governors, but and again, obviously Pierre is going to look at themselves, not so much, and they will tip the cap to the Brookings Bobcats, but they're going to look at themselves and what they need to do better. Up here, we're going to tip the cap to the Brookings Bobcats
Absolutely.
defense. I mean, they have played an unreal game for their 4th straight game in a row to not give them any points. You're not doing that by flukes. You're playing some really good football to not give up any points defensively in 4 straight games. 3rd down and 1. From the shotgun, they're going to actually go with the under center snap. That one taken from Bergen Tetzlaff. Did he get to the first down marker or not? Coach Steele will take that final timeout if it's going to be 4th down and short. I think they're going to have to call for the measurement here.
Well, it was interesting because the far side judge stopped short of the chains. The close
they're
side
going to throw a
judge
flag as well. All right, we're going to call an illegal shift.
Illegal motion on the offense. The man in motion was not set for 1 second. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So they didn't say who it was, but obviously it was Tetzlaff who became the quarterback. He didn't set himself. He just went right over there, took the snap, and so they lose those 5 yards, and it's now 3rd down and 6 here for Brookings.
So now you breathe some life back into the Governors here. Down 2 scores with 69 seconds left in the ball game, as looks like there'll be a timeout on the field, maybe Brookings is taking a timeout here.
Brookings will take one of their final 2 timeouts, so both teams will have a timeout left. And this, for the Bobcats, you're also saying you're up by 2 scores with 1:09 to go. You're saying, let's seal it right here. We're going to draw up our best play to pick up 6 yards and get a first down and kneel the rest of the clock out. And this is, like you said, though, Blake, a little bit of life is brought back into the Governors. You breathe that back into the Governors because one defensive stop here, you at least give the Governors a chance. Even with the field goal for Brookings, it would still be a 2-score game at 16-0. The Governors would have to just score 2 touchdowns. I say just. We'll have scored 2 touchdowns and get 2 two-point conversions to tie the ball game up. But it would still give them a 2-possession ball game, but they have to get the 3rd and 6 stopped right here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a massive play that'll decide whether Brookings wins here or if it's maybe delayed and the Govs have a chance.
3rd and 6, shotgun formation. Handoff for Will Conrad as he'll get a first down. Did he get a first down? I think, oh boy, that's going to be really close. Where they spotted him is really close to that chain link, but they are going to give it without the measurement. It is a gain of 6 and a first down here for the Brookings Bobcats, and the clock will run, and Coach Steele will not take his final timeouts.
Yeah, just a really, really gutsy win for the Brookings Bobcats here tonight at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium in Brookings. And the fans are feeling it because we talked about it last week when Watertown won. They beat the bully on the block, as the Govs have been for the last 7 years, and they pick up a big win here at home.
Anderson will take 1 snap, victory formation. Doesn't happen very often against the Pierre Governors, but it will happen in back-to-back weeks. Anderson will take 1 knee, and it is a 13-0 win for the Brookings Bobcats over the Pierre Governors, as the Governors will fall to 2-2 on the season. Brookings goes to 4-0, their 4th straight defensive shutout that they have pitched this year, and Pierre will have some searching to do going in to their homecoming week against the Yankton Bucks next week Friday. We will step aside for 3 minutes, come back with the post-game show, and wrap it up after this. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 3 minutes.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they will fall to the Brookings Bobcats 13-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as Joe McClure alongside Blake Dean and Mendel Miller as well here coming up as it is a final, and we'll go through the totals here. But first, the two scores. It was a pick six late in the first half for Jay Harris, who took it back for a touchdown. That was the second to final drive of the first half for the Governors. And then another pick six on their second to final drive, the second half. Gabriel Stern returned that one about 50-so yards back to the end zone. 13-0 win. No offensive touchdowns in this ball game. Not a whole lot of offense to go around. 184 yards of offense for the Brookings Bobcats. Just 116 yards of offense for the Pierre Governors, as it was Anderson who went 7 of 13 for 91 yards. Levante Carter caught 3 or 4 of those passes in the backfield, ended up with 45 yards of those 91. Egan Jensen had 28 yards, and it was Daggy Thomas, who made 1 catch for 18 yards. Will Conrad ran the ball 22 times for 59 yards. Anderson ran the ball 9 times for 27 yards, and Mathis ran the ball twice for 7 yards for the Brookings Bobcats. For the Pierre Governors, 55 yards on offense on the ground for Carter Merrill for 12 carries. Probably the best offensive output that we saw tonight for this Governor team. Carson Stosher ran the ball 3 times for 12 yards. Trevor Rounds ran the ball 3 times for 2 yards. Caleb Lounsbury ran the ball 3 times for minus 8 yards, and he went 8 for 24 for 55 yards and 4 interceptions as he hit 5 different receivers, as Cooper Twilliger made 2 catches for 5 yards. George Stalley made 2 catches for 10 yards. Carter Shufflebine had 3 catches for 19 yards. Lincoln Dilgis had 4 yards on a catch, and Carson Stosher had a catch for 7 yards. As actually it was ended up being 9 for 24 on the day for Caleb Lounsbury. Blake, I'll start with you here. The Governor offense didn't get the job done, and we mentioned it. We mentioned it before we got to the post game too. That got to give credit to the Brookings defense. This Bobcat defense was no joke. There was no, maybe some people were doubting them because they had those 2 shutouts against Sturgis and Douglas, and they didn't, or Mitchell didn't. They didn't play very well or play against good opponents. I wouldn't say they didn't play well. They didn't play good opponents. Then they give up 7 points to Aberdeen Central. Okay, a little bit better. Well, they showed, maybe they had a chip on their shoulders, showed that it wasn't just the opponents. It was because of how good they were.
Absolutely. This was a defense that really made a statement here tonight, John. Here in Brookings at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium, we talk about how the Governor defense is probably the strength of their team. They were not the best defense on the football field tonight. That belonged to the Brookings Bobcats forcing multiple turnovers. I lost count of how many turnovers they forced in the game total. I think you'll have a statistic for me. 5 total is what we have for the Bobcats. But, really the difference in this ballgame, and it's not like the Governor defense played bad. They played well enough to keep the Govs in this ballgame. Really, the 2 scores that Brookings had, both being defensive touchdowns, was when the Govs tried to really force the issue and try to play high tempo, because the first pick 6 was the second to last offensive drive where the Govs were trying to go get the 2-for-1, try to score, and then get the ball coming out of halftime and score, or get the ball back out of half, potentially score twice before Brookings gets the ball back. And pick 6 is thrown, and they're down 6-0 going into the half instead of being up 6, potentially 7-0 going into the half. And then the last one, or the second one, was on the last play, well, not the last drive, but the second to last drive of the second half, where, they're trying to score. They don't have a lot of time. They're trying to push the ball down the field quickly, and first play of the drive, bit of an overthrow, and Brookings is right there to pick it off. And like we talked about, a nice job there by the interceptor in Gabe Stern to point out and tell his blockers, kind of align them properly so he's able to get into the checkerboard and basically put this game on ice.
And the Governors, as you mentioned too, no defensive touchdowns were allowed, or no defense allowed any points in this ball game.
Yep.
And Mendel, I think the defense too is going to have to understand that they didn't give them any points. Obviously, they got to still be confident, and the offense has got to say, hey, our defense is going to give us a chance every single game. We've got to just find a way to get points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. They 2 fourth down stops deep in their own territory to turn away after long drives. I think that first drive that Brookings had might have sent a message in a little bit of tempo that Pierre was going to have a tough time, because they owned the ball for about 6 or 7 minutes of that first half, and then Pierre just never really got things fired up on offense and really couldn't establish much that they could really hang their hat on. A little bit of running in that second half, and it seemed like that the strategy for Brookings was make Pierre earn it, and we'd put a few plays together, and then we'd snap the ball over the quarterback's head, or we'd drop a snap and end up at second and long and behind the chains, and just weren't able to keep that momentum going, made everything tough on us.
A couple of final scores. T area beat Douglas 58-3 tonight. Aberdeen Central beat Spearfish, who was undefeated, as Aberdeen Central gets their first win. It was a 14-6 final. And the other couple of games, Harrisburg is going to beat Yankton. They're leading 49-14, and Watertown all over Mitchell right now, 47-14. Gregory has taken the lead over Stanley County, 38-16, as they're on their way trying to get a win, as well as Sully Buttes, who has a 46-0 lead over Potter County. That one might be a different final or a different score than what it is right now, because they still show they have 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. But Sully Buttes is all over Potter County and about to win that ball game, as we'll have a recap of those games coming up this weekend with Sully Buttes, obviously DT Meyer on the call on Country 95.3. So the Governors now at 2-2 turn their attention to Yankton, who will also be 2-2 after their loss to Harrisburg here tonight, and they're going to get set to come to Pierre in a big homecoming game. And for the Yankton Bucks, they're going to say, we don't want to be 2-3. Governors don't want to be 2-3. Something we'll have to give next week in a spot where they'd rather, both teams would rather not be in at this point, but that's where we're at here in 11 AA. And the Governors have 2 tough games next week and the week after at home, with O'Gorman then coming to town, as that'll be their 11 AAA game. So the road's not getting any easier for the Pierre Governors, Blake, and we mentioned too, they're soul searching. And I think the other thing too is you can't spend too much time on this loss again. You can't let this fester into 3 or 4 straight losses here. You got to be able to turn around from it, but you also again have to be able to see and to get better. We got to progress over this next week.
Yeah, this is going to be a week where you're going to see what this team is made of, because it would be really easy for this group to say, well, we turned the ball over 5 times. It'd be really easy for them to put their tail between their legs and not come out with their fastball against a Yankton Buck team that is in a pretty similar situation. Like you said, who would have thought that after 4 weeks, coming into the homecoming game that we all thought was going to be maybe a 1 versus 2 matchup, that both of those teams coming into that ball game are going to be 2-2. So this is really going to be a week where Govs are going to, do some soul searching, like we said. How quickly can you put it behind? You put this game behind you, put it in the rearview mirror, and move forward to next week. Because, like you said, road doesn't get any easier. Yankton comes in next week. Really, really good football team, probably better than their 2-2 record indicates. And then you've got O'Gorman as well the week after, playing against a Jason Poppinga football team, always a tall task. And, just really, really, really could be a really tough task for the Govs going forward.
Mendel, I'll throw it to you too here to kind of not necessarily say what Blake said, but have the same kind of question to you about where the Governors go here going into next week.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because from a coaching standpoint, right, you got to put this one behind you and you got to move on, but yet you have homecoming week and all those distractions that brings into, so that may help the players forget this one. But yet, from a coaching standpoint, you want to really focus and lock in and look forward to that Yankton game. And then now you have all the homecoming activities that are going to detract possibly from that. So a really interesting week for the Governors. And I think I have a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get them right. But it's going to be a challenge this week no matter how you look at it.
Well, the Governors will be hosting Yankton next Friday. We'll have coverage starting at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock in the homecoming game between Pierre and Yankton, as both teams will be 2-2 coming into Hollister Field next week. 13-0 ball game, no offensive touchdowns. We flew through this ball game. We're going to be off the air before 9:30 tonight. I don't know if we've ever seen 9:30 off the air in a football game, even when we start at 6 o'clock in the evening. But yes, here we are. We're going to get off the air before 9:30, and we'll get you coverage again starting next week Friday at 6:30 with the kickoff at 7 o'clock. Also, we will have Pierre Governor volleyball coming up tomorrow afternoon. We'll have coverage at 2 o'clock. 2:30 for first serve. John Winkler will be with John Winkler will be with Mendel Miller as he'll join me for the call of that contest. Blake got a little nervous there for a second.
I was gonna say, boy, you're really expanding my horizons if you think I know much about volleyball.
Well, and you're going to be busy anyway, so maybe next time we'll get you for the volleyball broadcast. But we'll have Pierre taking on the T-Area Titans with the 2:30 first serve. We'll have that coming up next week. Tomorrow on Saturday between Pierre and T. Blake, you want to mention too, real quick, that Governors back-to-back losses for the first time in almost 7 years, 7 calendar years.
Yeah, we went back and did some digging in the research file. The KCCR research department did a job of finding the last time that the Govs lost consecutive games, and you have to go all the way back to, I think we mentioned it once in the broadcast, but you have to go back to October 19th of 2017 when the Govs lost back-to-back games against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and then next week lost to Aberdeen Central, both of those being one-score games. And kind of similar to these last 2 weeks. Granted, they weren't one-score games, but both times that the Govs were in the ballgame right down to the end.
Well, the Governors now at 2-2 take on the Yankton Bucks next Friday, as that will wrap things up for us here from a beautiful Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. Well, we hope to maybe visit the other college campus, but that is a long ways away from now with the campus at USD at the Dakota Dome for the state championship. But there's a lot of work to still be done here for the Pierre Governors as they get set for the Week 5 matchup against the Yankton Bucks. I want to say thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station. For Blake Dean, Mendel Miller, John Winkler here signing off. The Governors fall get shut out tonight, 13-0 to the Brookings Bobcats, as we say so long from Brookings.
You've been listening to the Pierre Governors on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors on KCCR are sponsored by Agtegra, First Fidelity Bank, Red Rosa, Wheelhouse Auto Body, SD Savin, Wagner Auto, and State Farm Becky Pottseva Agency. And by Pizza Ranch, Rising Hope Counseling, Sanford Clinic, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Home Care Services, and Country Carpet and Flooring. By Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area, Slumberland Furniture, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Dakota Storm and Roofing, and South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection. Pierre Governors on KCCR is also sponsored in part by Beck Motors, First United Methodist Church, Zander Auto Parts, Ferding Electric, May Adam, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, and Shane's Pharmacy. And by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Faith Lutheran Church, Access Health Fort Pierre, and CHS River Plains. And by Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Motors, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Missouri River Dentistry, Comtech, and Bank West. Join us all season long for more Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central